Listen, guys, this wasn't my best production work. Paz wasn't here today, and it's gonna be pretty evident from the camera work. The wide shot, there was some weird setting on it that I didn't realize, and it was a different camera. And then also the audio cuts out for like 4 minutes during the 17-minute mark. You can all you have to do is like grip bear for 4 minutes, but like you can hear the air conditioning and like the squeaking, and I'm sorry about that. And then also the last thing is like I lost some of the footage, so I had to re-get it back, but it got back a little delayed, so just some of the audio is going to be a little off sync with some of the video, but like ever so slightly. Anyway, sorry, it wasn't my best, and just please bear with me. All right. Enjoy the episode.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Summer is here. Memorial Day in the books. And, you think you know a guy. You think you know a guy. You think that, you have loyalty and friendship.
What are you talking about?
And then this guy goes and just stabs me right in the fucking back. I'm just going to I don't want to say it yet. I just want the audience to look at John. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, stop what you're doing. Go to YouTube. Take a look at John. Do you see anything different? Because what you're looking at is a man who went ahead and dyed his fucking eyebrows without me.
Goddamn right.
You son of a bitch. You son of a
what?
fucking
Wait,
bitch.
I don't understand what I did wrong.
We both are the no eyebrows guys.
Yeah.
You can't go get eyebrows without me.
No, we talked about it for 2 years.
But you didn't tell me you were doing it. If you told me you would have done it, I would have done it too. We could have been dyed eyebrows bros together.
We've said on this show, this is not a group of people who do things. This is. But look, we have our friends who I got friends who I call and I'm like, yo, you want to go on vacation sometime? And they're like, I don't know. And I got friends who I go, yo, you want to go to Costa Rica tonight? And they're like, yeah. This is not a group. Jackie, what's our new game? What's our new game we're supposed to play? Oh, yeah. 3 episodes now.
Yeah.
We don't do things.
Where's our game? Where's our hair arm pulling game?
It's been 1 episode.
Uh-huh.
It's been 1 episode.
It's been 3 episodes we talked about it.
Okay, well, should we do the game today?
No.
We don't do things.
We're not planned.
But
we're gonna do the
listen.
straws game.
Yeah, we're going to do the straws game. We're going to do a lot. We're going to dye our eyebrows. We're going to do a lot of things.
Listen, going to Costa Rica is different than me dyeing my eyebrows. I can dye my eyebrows fucking right now.
I thought you were going to do it earlier. First of all, the only reason I did it is we've talked about it ad nauseum. I got an Instagram ad. I bought them. It was like a 24-hour eyebrow. This isn't like
is this a brush?
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like mascara, but you do it on your eyebrows. Mm-hmm. That's what I did too.
This isn't like an official job or anything like that. But
see, it's one of those things. The problem with dyeing the eyebrows, I walked in here, I didn't notice. She brings it up, now I notice.
First of all, most important thing, they look good or not?
Yeah, no, they look good.
They look good, okay.
Yes, I think, right?
I was going to say, this side of the room pretty goddamn quiet. Kevin's like, you look hot as fuck. The 2 chicks are...
No, it looks good. It's just like, I think it's going to take some getting used to.
Different. I know, that's what happened to me. Also, I feel like I looked one way in person, and then on pictures, I looked like insane. I look like Eugene Levy. Like, I look like I had
but I want to
caterpillars.
look like Eugene Levy. I also have had this I've had it for 2 weeks, I think. I had this before Connor Griffin did, but Connor Griffin...
He's painting his eyebrows too?
He painted his eyebrows like 2 weeks ago. And in these last 2 weeks, I've been like... Because we've been filming, and look, Henry can't have dyed eyebrows. No. That's ridiculous. That would be preposterous if Cookie Monster had dyed eyebrows. Come on. So while we're filming, I haven't been doing it. We're not filming this week.
Now you're getting your
eyebrows are out to play.
It's one of those things where it's like if you get plastic surgery or something too, it's like if you try to sneak it and people notice, then you kind of look like a weirdo.
Yeah.
But when you like fucking celebrate it, then it's like now everyone's just looking at my eyebrows. You know what I mean?
Look at my goddamn beautiful eyebrows. Dude, I put it on once. I'm already going darker. I'm gonna be tall, dark, and handsome by the end of this fucking summer.
This is why
I'm gonna dye my hair black. I'm look like Clooney and fucking Good Night, Good Luck.
That's why I wanted to know, because we can just straight up go black eyebrows together,
bro.
Jump off the fucking ledge together.
I want. Also, by the way, speaking of this eyebrow thing I have, it is made. The ad is for beards, so it's beard dye. And the ad goes on to use it in his eyebrows as well. I haven't done it on my beard.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna. But if we want to go black, I'll black it all out.
I can't. I mean, I was doing when I'm in my car, I was doing a video in my car.
You can't just paint your whole face like with a mascara stick, right? That would be nuts.
It's not black face, it's black hair, black facial hair.
Just like all over, because it goes on pretty thick. You really notice it when it's on.
I feel like you missed a spot.
Sure I did.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
This eyebrow's much more prominent than this
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too.
The right one, right?
the left one is a lot.
On the Max Scherzer of eyebrows, well, they're different colors.
I feel like his right one is...
Like, you know that SNL skit where, like, the girl's eyebrow, like... Or no, I guess it's in Something Borrowed. No, there's some movie...
Nice.
Later.
Smashed it.
Did you look like
this
that?
is me. I mean, there's nothing. There's just nothing there. There's just no eyebrow. I mean, there is, but you just can't see it.
The hard part of these is because you have to. I was thinking in my head what would happen is, I guess I'm thinking about like going to a salon or whatever, but like they basically just dye it and they're like, that's what your life's like now. This is like leave it on for 5 minutes and then wipe it off. But I'm like, well, how much am I supposed to wipe off? I can get the whole fucking thing off if I want to.
Wait, what do you mean? Like you're supposed to? Sorry, say that again.
So you put like the mascara fucking thing in.
Yeah.
Right, and then you wait 5 minutes, and then you just wipe it off. But as I'm like, I don't know how much to wipe off because if I scrub, I can just get it all off. So I'm just kind of like loosely going like this a couple times.
And then this is where I eventually just go, I'm just gonna be eyebrowless. And I do that every day.
Every day.
Every time?
Really, it honestly was super easy. But the confusing part, because you just put them on when you get out of the fucking.
Out of the shower?
Out of the shower, and you do the rest of your shit, brush your teeth, deodorant, put your pants on, and then you just
wipe
it off.
You picked out the color?
I just picked out brown, yeah. I think I went light brown.
That's the thing. I feel like you got to get the right color too, right? I mean, I've seen there's like a whole like rainbow, right? Like
it's also
not
just
like blonde, darker, right? It's like you can get.
I mean, you can get like red. Yeah, I don't know what site you bought it off of.
It's like I mean, I can tell you, it's like I get Instagram ads for it nonstop now. It's beard something. Like I said, it was a beard dye.
Et tu, Brute, man, just stabbing me right in the back.
Beard Club? I'm sure this is. I'm not supposed to do this.
It's very reminiscent of when we were all going to wear skinny jeans back in like 2014. Solidarity, bro.
What do you mean?
Like we all said, let's wear skinny jeans together so that we'll all just be embarrassed and go through this weird thing together. Remember that?
No.
Remember we were going to do a skinny jeans party. This was back when like skinny jeans were like first coming in vogue. And it was like me, you, Dan, were like, we're not like skinny jeans guys, but we don't want to like dress like out of style, you know? Yeah. And it was like, we were nervous about it. And it was like, you're just going to have a skinny jeans party. You have to be wearing skinny jeans to get into the bar. And we're all going to like look awkward and like get through this together.
I don't remember this at all, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, it was good. And
we do like making up for everything. We do one episode skinny jeans. I remember you were supposed to wear a dress at one point.
Yep, Harry Styles dress.
Harry Styles dress. We do that.
So all the things that we said we were going to do that we didn't do, you got to do it all at once. So paint eyebrows, put on a dress, and play.
Send me to Noonan, or like I was supposed to go to like Ohio or something.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have brought that one up. We're going to make you do that eventually, bitch. One way or another.
Georgia, of course. I mean.
Yeah, not Ohio.
Noonan, Ohio?
Noonan, Georgia.
45 minutes outside Atlanta, Jackie.
I said Noonan or Ohio.
Oh.
We were originally going to do
like a day trip somewhere. Yeah. Well, I'll get my brush out, man. I got it sitting around somewhere. I feel like when I did it, people noticed it.
But so you probably didn't wipe out as much as I did.
I don't think I wiped out anything.
Oh, you just left it?
I think so.
When I put it on, I was like, that looks insane.
Yeah.
And then I wiped it out, and I was like, all right, I think it looks a little bit darker, maybe. It also comes on the heels of after Connor Griffin had died him, I was in the office, and I was just like, I was going to fucking do that. Guy beat me to it. And Keegs was like, you should really do that. Like, Keegs, like, she hit me like dead serious, like, hey, just so you know, you should definitely do that because you are ugly.
Bro, the crazy thing, though, I used to have eyebrows. Like, that's just, like, I have normal eyebrows there.
Oh, yeah. No, you got real eyebrow there.
They're just fucking gone, though. I don't know. And now that's me, like, as of a couple years ago. They just disappeared.
Would you just Google KFC eyebrows?
Yes. It's a topic of conversation. Oh, my God. This picture of me when I was on Survivor. Oh, my God. Just as ugly as it gets.
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, my God. It's when I had a sty.
I remember
I didn't get my hair cut, and I had the hickey on my forehead. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to start painting them. I can't be the only eye. You know, we're either the eyebrowless guys or the painted eyebrows, but we do it together.
I mean, but I gotta go. I'm gonna be no eyebrows again soon. This is just because Pav's not here. This is like when Pav is here, I can do my eyebrows. Once I'm sorry, when Pav is not here, I can.
Because then you're filming again.
Then we're probably filming again.
Yeah. So.
Which also I know it comes out in 24 hours. So I guess I'll just see how this goes. If this comes out tonight, I guess I'll just do it. I don't know. It's also, I don't know. I don't notice that I look that different. And I don't feel that different. So I'm not like I gotta keep doing this. But if we want to go black, I'll do that.
It is a funny, it's a weird thing where it's like, I don't really care, but like enough people have been like, where the fuck are your eyebrows, dude? And I'm like, if I can fix this, I might as well.
When Keys
humans
was
are supposed to
yelling
have
at me,
eyebrows.
She was like, she was actually just not just yelling at me. She was yelling at the whole office. Not yelling, but she was talking to the whole office. And she was like, they frame your face, you idiots.
Yeah.
And I never heard it put like that. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Actually.
Yeah, they're pretty important.
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking important. They're super weird when you think about it. Eyebrows.
They are,
I've
but they're
always
also, like, it makes perfect sense.
Yes, but it's just funny to me that it's just like hair, no, hair, no. You know, just like this one little spot on your body, nose, grow right here and stop right here. For the most part, you might have a unibrow. As you get older, you kind of have like bushy, but for the most part, right there.
Yeah.
Like my beard would, if I just let it grow, like my hair will just like connect here. Like
around your ear?
I'll probably get a little White Sox Dave.
Go. That's what you should do. You should go
burly.
Full like maniac.
You know what my problem is? I get so itchy. Everyone's always like, you get through the itchy phase. I don't get through the itchy phase. I just trimmed like last night. If I get to like 2-3 weeks, I'm like going crazy.
Really, I don't get that at all. Never.
Because if I could, I would. Then like I remember COVID, I kind of got a little burly. But I go crazy eventually.
Just go like full Jesus. Who cares? I think people at this company do not take advantage of that enough. There so many other companies you have to be like front facing and you have to keep like a look throughout your life. It does not matter what you look like here.
Just be ugly.
Fucking experiment. Have fun. Yeah. Who gives a shit? Cut your hair ridiculous. Like what does it matter? Get super fat for a year. Get really skinny for a year. Why not?
Well, that's why I'm gonna paint my eyebrows. I feel like.
But you've done it before.
I did it once before.
Okay, so this is just that. Like, this is nothing like official.
Yeah, I think, but I do think I just wasn't doing it quite right. So we'll find the sweet spot, or we'll just go like eye black, right on the fucking brows. It's weird getting old, man. It's like why did my eyebrows disappear? I didn't ask for that.
Do you want me to do them right now?
Yes.
Because that was another thing that encouraged me to do it. When again the conversation with Keys, I realized like all chicks do it.
Oh yeah, all chicks do everything to their face.
I didn't fucking know that. I thought like women had eyebrows, men don't have eyebrows.
That's where we got to get on the.
That's what like there was that phase when everyone was like, define a woman. Eyebrows.
They have and do that. Come do my eyebrows. Why aren't you? What are you doing anyway? Why aren't you sitting here?
Well, because we have a new intern, Oona.
Yeah,
and
she got it.
Yeah.
It's not like you do anything back there anyway.
Something.
You guys just sit there and look at the screen every now and then.
I came in here and I was like weirded out because I was like, oh, I've watched the show, like didn't feel real. It's because of your eyebrows. I'm not kidding. I don't think I would have been so thrown off because I was like, he does not
actually, that
look
makes a lot
the
of sense.
same
Oona
at
got in
all.
here and was like, this is like a wax museum.
Yeah.
Look at my eyebrows. Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports and basically the whole world at this point. If you're not on Gametime, you're doing it wrong. Right now, Knicks tickets for Thursday, which would be back at the Garden. Cheapest ticket is $647.
Yikes.
Bro, the Knicks are such a draw. It's nuts. If you don't think that Adam Silver is at home just being like, how do I avoid Oklahoma City, Indiana? I'll do literally like Adam Silver might sacrifice himself just to make sure the Knicks make the finals. Now, those are obviously wildly expensive tickets, but the beautiful thing about Gametime is if you go on it, you can find all sorts of tickets at all different price ranges, wildly expensive, but maybe, really still at the end of the day, a good purchase based on where you can find these seats. Like, you can sit right now. There's a $1,000 ticket that's actually kind of like center stage right there. everything else around it's $4,000. So these are expensive, but you're always going to get top row, a top ticket. And whether it's basketball, whether you're going to a stand-up comedian, you're going to Broadway, live band, whatever it may be, whether you're looking for nosebleeds or courtside seats, Gametime's got you covered with killer last-minute deals and all-in pricing. So whatever it may be that you're looking for, if you're looking for live entertainment, Gametime's got you covered. And as we get right up against tip-off or an event starting, tickets plummet. You can always find the best deals available at the last second, all courtesy of Gametime. So what are you waiting for? Go download Gametime today. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets and anything else with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code KFC for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. What time is it?
Gametime. Who?
There you go. That was your best one, Jackie. You got it?
I got it. So
Should I do it? It's like, yeah, of course. Let's do the circus.
It's eyeshadow stick, and there's a bit of a shimmer.
Good. Let's give you some
but it's
shimmery
gonna get
eyebrows.
the gist.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Wait.
And this is, you just paint it on, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it.
Well, that's not very encouraging. This is not what I did.
There's definitely gonna be
I had like a little stick.
Yeah, I had a mascara.
Yeah. This looks.
This, like I'm saying, like this is not
Right
how
thing.
you would do it, but like we'll get the gist on, I think. It's pretty kind of
While Jackie's doing that, I will tell a quick little story. I was driving home from the Cape yesterday, and I flipped off like a 90-year-old woman. like with anger too. And to be fair, I didn't know it was a 90-year-old woman. I was flipping off a car, and when I looked at the driver, I saw it was a 90-year-old woman. So if you're on the Cape and your grandmother came home yesterday and was like, a maniac flipped me off very angrily.
This guy with big eyebrows, she flipped me off.
She drives a blue Cadillac CTS, and I'll be honest, she was driving like an asshole.
I was gonna say, you're not a road rage guy. That's very surprising. What happened?
No, I mean, it really wasn't anything. I was trying to merge onto a rotary, and she was crossing lanes.
But for you to flip off, it was like, I feel like.
It was just why I was waking up early to drive back. I wasn't in a good mood, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck this blue CTS, and it turned out to be a very old one.
Just go hardcore this fucking brown brows.
It won't work. It's
What-
not rejecting it.
What is this supposed to be for?
Eyeshadow sticks.
That's supposed to be on my eyelids? Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, it looks there.
Maybe this is like, maybe the spot where my eyebrows are supposed to be is like toxic.
Yeah.
It's rejecting the hair and the makeup.
This way, please.
It's not-
I actually don't think it was that bad.
It's not working. It's just like looks like you have glitter in your eyebrows.
It looks like you smeared shit in my fucking eyebrows.
Honestly, from here it looks fine.
Really?
Yeah.
But I told you it wasn't gonna look good, but you can get the gist.
You gisted all over my face. Oh, I got the gist already. You think? See, this is also the point though. Is like, you know, John being like, I can't really tell. It's like, I mean, that looks like chunks of shit in my eyebrow. No.
Kinda, but not honestly. Even here, I'm like, yeah, you could touch it up a little bit, but like, I don't think it looks bad.
This is ultimately the thing. Is that like walking down the street, no one is gonna see.
Anything.
No one. Yeah, right? But it's like, do I bother to do this? Do I care? But then I don't know. Enough people go, "Where the fuck are your eyebrows?" And I'm like, all right, I guess I should have some eyebrows. So it is intern season. Today's day one of the interns. 15-year-old Steve will be back. I don't think he's in today. Is he in today?
I haven't seen him.
Yeah. So Steve, I think, coming next week.
Oona, can you give us 2 truths and a lie?
Oona, yeah.
You can take your time. We'll keep doing the show, but by the
Keep
end
doing
of
the
the
show and I'll think of it.
What's that?
Just keep going and I'll think
Yeah,
of it.
just to be clear, we won't ever hear Oona's 2 truths and a lie.
We don't do that.
But
No, you will. No, you will.
You are a New Orleans girl, or you just went to school there?
I just went to school there. I'm from North Carolina, but I went to Tulane.
Got it.
Yeah.
my friend went to Tulane, failed out in 3 months.
Yeah, it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like a dangerous place to go. You gotta
Yeah,
keep on top of your
100%.
shit. Yeah, you were a fan of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you called in a few times,
Huge.
and then I don't know, it all just kind of materialized. So Oona will be here for the summer. Steve's back. It's always a good time. Get a little
burst of
a lot of
breath of
interns
fresh
here.
energy. Yeah, fresh air. I saw some. Is there a giant dude? Is that an intern or is that a
Yes.
guest? Yeah, that guy's like 9
And then
feet tall.
someone was trying to make a TikTok, like being funny or whatever. You said, "I do not want my face on video."
That the tall guy did?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna work. It is so funny to look back through the.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's like you work at a media like on camera.
He's
company.
got to have like a reason for that, right?
Yeah, it's like I'm on
He
the
just
run.
said, "I'm not a face guy."
I'm not a face guy.
Does he like work on the third floor?
He was walking around with the rest of them, so like.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's doing some Twitter.
I guess that depends on if you sign up to be like a production guy.
Yeah,
and all of a
yeah.
sudden
If
they
you're
can't
like,
have
I'm a
your face.
salesperson, I do not want to be in this world. That's a different.
But
thing.
I don't know when you know it usually seems like when you sign up with the intern crop, you know you're gonna be a part of the spectacle
Yeah.
a little bit. You know, like you might be like I'm gonna just be a producer here, but in the beginning I know that there's gonna be like competitions and games and questions and you get called in for interviews and all that sort of shit. So probably should.
The very first intern at Barstool Sports was called a slave.
Devlin, the intern slave. It was like I will. You will work for me for no money.
Yeah.
that was Devlin, man. It was still going strong. But yeah, it's always a good time. I feel like you look back through the years. Like, remember when Travi made that outfit of the day?
Yes,
You
I
know?
didn't know that was Travi, but I remember when someone
it's
did
so
it.
funny because Travi is like totally normal cat. You know what I mean? Like a regular guy, like really good at his job, watches sports with us, like knows. It's a very hard. I feel it's a very tough thing to do. It's like I tried telling Oona about it, where it's like you got to be in the mix and you got to like try to make waves, but also not too much because then people go, "What the fuck are you doing?" That's a very hard thing to do. It's like be perfectly.
See,
like,
I
toe the
actually
line.
disagree with that.
Yeah?
I agree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's hard. Just like do things and don't be an asshole. Like that. Like,
yeah.
Like
but no, my point being that like so Travi was like, all right, I got to make a TikTok.
But
like,
he was an asshole.
But he wasn't an asshole. He was like.
No, I don't mean an asshole as in rude. I mean like he was an asshole.
Yes.
Like he made himself look like an asshole.
yes. And I'm
And
sure
that's what I mean. I don't mean an asshole as in don't be rude. I mean an asshole as in like
don't look like a
you know what an asshole looks like.
Be normal. Just
Don't
fucking
be an
normal.
asshole.
But then the flip side is like, you know, a lot of them, you know, like Rico Bosco has made a career off of looking like an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want. It's like don't get on Dave's radar, but if you do, make sure you're doing something crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very, you know, it's a precarious dance to do. You know, it's like Barstool Hunger Games. Oh, are you gonna do? Are we doing that Summer House thing?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Would you do that, Oona? Dave is
Yes.
talking about. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or you're just saying yes to everything?
No, I know what you're talking
Okay.
about. I heard them talking about it on like Unnamed, and then I've heard you guys talk about it and on Fishbowl.
Yeah.
There's not a lot I probably haven't heard. To be honest.
Yeah. So you're a pretty big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is that's another thing. Like I used to kind of go back and forth on that, and now I'm firmly in the camp of like I want people who are passionate about the show and know it and watch it. Considering that like nobody who sells us watches, nobody who like on the third floor watches our show. Like I actually think a lot more people. Coworkers listen to KFC Radio than we realize.
That's
I think because it was early on. Like I know a lot of people started listening when there was like only one show to listen to, and then I think a lot more people like kind of kept up with it. So I actually think a lot of coworkers listen, which is very nice, but doesn't really do anything for us. But so I'm like, you know, you don't want like a weirdo like sycophant type of fanboy or girl, but I
like Oona.
but if you gave me the choice of like between someone who knows it and loves it and gets it and I'll take that every fucking day of the week over like someone else who like if you had a big following.
I really like a 9-foot guy who doesn't refuses to be on camera.
He's going to be so mad.
But here's the thing though.
I'm sure he's a very nice guy who has a perfectly normal reason for that.
For all I know, that guy was like, I'm gonna go in there day one, tell people I'm not allowed on camera, and they're gonna be talking about me. Because as of right now, we've talked about one intern, the tall guy with no face. like a amateur porn star. I gotta hide my face. He was tall as shit though. I thought he was like a guest. Like I was like that guy must be like an athlete or something. Here.
Really?
Yeah, he was very tall. What else we got? take off your clown nose and your clown makeup, you Taylor Swift idiots.
I don't even know what that's
clowning?
about anymore.
Yeah,
clowning.
Clowning is just the people who hardcore follow all the Easter eggs, and so like everything was lining up that she was going to announce the Reputation re-release at the AMAs last night, and it just didn't happen for like the 5 millionth time.
Right. As I was like, I saw Keegs and Taylor Watch and Gia talking about it, and I assume it's some running joke that I don't get anymore.
No, well, it's like I think Taylor did used to do a lot of that Easter egg shit.
Oh, for sure.
And
But
now
I just meant like clowning as a whole. I
so
feel like
clowning
they're
has
in on
become yes. I think most fans are like, we're gonna put on the makeup, we're putting on the nose, we're gonna clown, and we know we're gonna get disappointed, but like whatever. And then there are the fans who are like actually mad that like she didn't, they're like really thought that they were gonna get this announcement and they didn't, and they're like mad at her, and they're like we feel like clowns again. But for the most part, I think clowning has now become, it's like you almost want to get left hanging.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'll be mad if like, she actually.
I guess that this one there was like a decent amount where it was really was pointing to like AMA. Like there was on her website there was like 3 things, and it was like about merch and something else with an A. So it was AMA and like and the dates, and she deleted everything of all Reputation stuff off of her platforms. All this shit that like it was not crazy to be like, I think something's coming.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't. And the clowns once again look like idiots. But so no Taylor announcement there.
That's got to be such a slog. Just every day.
Being her or being the fans?
No, being the fan. I guess both, obviously, but particularly the fans. You're like, I'm gonna go look for clues.
Bro, they go like national treasure.
Every day you wake up like a crackhead.
Yes.
You're like, I just gotta go find.
Dude, how about this?
Shit.
How about this? They knew that she had a scheduled post on Instagram, because if you Google like Taylor Swift Instagram, the results, I haven't seen this, but this is kind of what it would explain to me. The results will say like Taylor Swift Instagram at Taylor Swift, and it'll say like 108 posts. But then you go to her account and there's only 107, because Google takes into account that there's this 108th one that's scheduled. So people like took the time to like see the search results and then go cross-reference it with how many actually are posted. And like, there is a post coming and it's going to be about this. I'm like, how do you even begin?
Just be surprised and happy when it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely get like it's younger people, I think, and
time on their hands.
But those people should be like, when I was getting arrested for people I really liked. Like now, someone got like arrested for Patrick Mahomes today. I'd be like, what are you, a fucking lunatic?
You loser!
Are you insane?
Who would do this?
You're just having a good time, just passing the time, really.
Just trying to live, man. Just trying to make it to bedtime. Taylor, though, the news over the last week was. And I just learned this. I just went on the Toast today with was filling in for Claudia.
Is that a live show?
No, but it's out today like already. So it's basically like they record in the morning and then they put it out right away. She told me that Taylor Swift's dad was the one who went to Justin Baldoni's lawyers and like gave them the information. So if you're not up on it, Baldoni's side subpoenaed Taylor Swift for information, text messages and whatnot. And then they dropped the subpoena this past week because she voluntarily gave up the information.
Taylor Swift did?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it came to light that the reason that she did that was at least rumored that Blake Lively or Blake Lively's lawyers, like whoever knows who, which side is, threatened Taylor Swift and said, if you don't publicly come out and support me, I will release 10 years of our text messages and all the things that we've said. And apparently Taylor Swift's dad went to Baldoni's lawyers and was like, their side's trying to like strong arm my girl. So like, and just like put it all on blast and gave them all that information, which I think is, if it's all true, is kind of gangster.
What's the information?
I don't know, whatever Baldoni's lawyers wanted from Taylor regarding the Blake Lively story or whatever. But he went over to their side and was like, Blake Lively's team is trying to extort us and like strong arm us. So like, let's work together,
Releasing, like, if you were like, I'm going to release all our texts ever, I'd be like, no one's going to read all that.
You would think, ain't nobody reading ours, but everything we just described about fucking Taylor Swift fans, they're going to read them, I always think it's
That's
better.
like when they, like, in a law movie, when they're like, all right, they want the discovery, give them discovery, and it's like 10,000 boxes.
That would be enough for me to
go Control F and look for Taylor saying the N-word But
I think it's probably better to have 10 years than like 10 days of texts. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because it's like it is like you're not reading all that. But you're right. There will be some sickos out there who do, and then I mean I can't even imagine 10 years of the shit that you said like. I've said everything.
Yeah, like I don't. I if you were like I'm putting out 10 years of text. Okay. I don't know.
Well,
I might have said stuff. I probably
make
didn't.
You think,
but
though, like,
I don't know.
if I said that to somebody and their reaction wasn't that, I'd be like, you got some shit to hide. You said some shit, So I wonder. I don't know. It's so different for girls too. Like if they're if there's just a text message of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively gossiping about fucking Demi Lovato, it would be like the end of the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But her dad, I guess her dad's like kind of on her team, and it's not just like he's not like a dad just sitting at home. But I think it's a pretty gangster move to just be like, you're not fucking with, you're not.
Is that all like public information?
I don't think anything is like confirmed, but it is public, like lawyers say, and
Yeah.
all that shit. Who knows what's posturing and what's real or whatever. But it is interesting to be like, we're gonna subpoena you, and then it's like, all right, here's what you need. I think they're playing it smart too. They're like, okay, we don't need Taylor Swift anymore. They're almost like respecting her. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which like makes you look good because you're ingratiating yourself to her as well. But that's some girl dad shit right there. I was
girl dad
thinking of bro.
Taylor Swift's dad. I hope he calls himself a girl dad.
I actually I don't want to say it because I hate that shit so much.
Oh,
like
I don't think it's too off from like I'm a puppy mom.
Yeah,
it's obviously a human, so it's different. But it's like I don't know. It's odd. I'm not a parent, so I can't really speak on it.
There's a part of me.
Odd.
There's a part of me that it bothers me because I just missed it. Like I started Podfathers. I remember like we were selling baby onesies, and I was like, "There's this whole world of money and like opportunity,
Right.
And we sold some kids sizes of clothing, and that was the direction I was going when I should have just said girl dad and boy mom because that's like, and I saw some guy wearing
Vanessa
it.
Bryant should sue everybody.
For real.
That would be so funny. Vanessa Bryant's like, I want all this fucking money.
I basically invented this shit. I saw some guy wearing, the girl dad Barstool hat, and there was definitely part of me that was like, fuck. Like, I could be retiring off that goddamn stupid slogan. But then there was also part of me that's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have one and one that I'm just like, I don't know. I have both. I'm a dad to both types of humans. Like, I don't think of it as I treat my girl like my boy, and my boy like my girl, and it's just
I guess
whatever.
that is there. It could be different like that if you only like have girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward can say it.
Yeah, when you have like a slew of women. But
I mean, obviously anyone can say it, but yeah, it's a little be like okay.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Subway Takes. Finally, they were like, "Let's normalize not being obsessed with dogs." And I was like, "The movement is like there's a groundswell, and we've all been afraid to say it, but now we're all, I am Spartacus. We're all like getting down together, and dogs. It's over for dogs. Dogs' time in the sun. Oh, did you see King Charles, the king dog?
No.
So there's this dog on social media in like a shelter, who's like the alpha of this group. So like,
yes,
and he like runs shit,
yeah.
And then people have been tracking like this. There's this one dog who's like challenging for. It's very like Planet of the Apes, like fucking Caesar. There was one guy who was like challenging the throne, and the other dogs back him up, and he got attacked and got his paw chewed up, and then the one dog sniffed his paw and like went and found the guy who attacked him, and like it was like the mafia. It was like we got to protect the boss. It's fucking crazy, man.
Dude, you just saying I am Spartacus reminded me. So I'm reading this book called Oscar Wars, which is just about like how the Academy started and was formed and all that stuff. And I got to the chapter on the blacklist. I did not realize how serious that was.
What do you mean?
Like the Hollywood blacklist?
Oh,
I've heard that like
the show.
Tame that name thrown out.
I don't know what that means. What is that? Like,
so it was in the 60s with McCarthyism where they would blacklist anyone who they thought had communist tendencies and all that stuff.
Right.
And then one year it was an Oscar for it's no longer an Oscar. I think it's best screenplay now we call it, but it was like best motion picture story. I think it was called, and the guy who won it was this guy named Robert Rich, and they announce it at the Academy Awards. No one comes up. Everyone's looking around like we don't know who the fuck Robert Rich is. So the night ends with no one claiming the award. The next morning, they find that there was a guy named Robert Rich who had asked for tickets and then canceled day of.
tickets to the
the
Academy
awards. So like, all right, this must be the guy. He sees the news, like, who is Robert Rich? And he's like, whoa, not me. He's like, I am Robert Rich. I did request tickets from the Academy. I work for MGM. I'm a production. Like, that's not me. I didn't write that fucking play. And for like 10 years, no one ever finds out who wrote the play. Dalton Trumbo was a guy who had like some kind of communist sympathies or whatever. He had written it. The play was called like The Best One. I think the movie's called The Best One. He'd written it. And then for like the Blacklist, they all the great movies of all time were not written by the person who.
Because you had to have like a fake name.
Because they all had fake names.
Wow.
And I Am Spartacus was written by a writer. So Spartacus was written by a blacklisted writer. Lawrence of Arabia was written by a blacklisted writer. Easy Rider,
and
Midnight
then these
Cowboy.
fake names didn't exist, or like I just used John Feitelberg or something like that.
The fake names didn't exist.
Wow.
And it wasn't until 2022 when all blacklisted writers were recognized for what they did. But again, what I want to say was, I Am Spartacus. That was written by a blacklisted writer who was like, I just want everyone to do this. Let's all just start taking credit for all of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fucking sick.
Gangster,
that was like,
what a world though that you could get away with just like you could never do that. Now.
Yeah,
just have
yeah. a
name that it doesn't exist. Like there's SAG credits and all these things, and I'm sure you'd never be able to just like slide a totally non-existent person into a project like that.
Yeah. Because I think where I'm at, the 60s were like, that was kind of the change of when it went from old Hollywood to new Hollywood. And now you couldn't do that anymore. But at the time, like, it really wasn't, people could just put in requests like, can I get a +1 to the Academy Awards tonight? Like, obviously it's a whole fucking industry now. But at the time, it wasn't like that big.
And you show up to the party and there's a old Hollywood buffet. Did you see that?
Yeah,
dude. The last like 2 episodes, or is it all? No, it's 2 episodes, right?
2 episodes, yeah.
The final 2 episodes. Is it the final 2 ones?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The last 2 episodes of The Studio are so good. And the second one, the finale, it takes a lot for me to laugh out loud at a television show. Like even like the funniest moments in Sunny. Like if I was watching with you, we would maybe laugh. But if I'm just like watching by myself, in my head I'd be going, "That's funny as fucking shit."
Yeah, right.
But I'm not by myself laughing. I was LOLing at the studio finale. That was so fucking good.
It wasn't even lines. Just every time Bryan Cranston was on screen, it was the funniest thing you've ever seen.
He's incredible. He is so the man, and I'm so happy to like think this and feel this, that like, because he was pretty cool when we interviewed him. Like, you never know though. Like, you know, I always say like Kevin Hart makes us feel like $1 million, but like, it's probably part of the. He's a nice guy, but it's also probably part of your charm and your act. But Bryan Cranston really seems like a real one, and then like I think that episode kind of confirms it, because like he's like an immortal, you know, and was willing to just like roll out in a Speedo with the stupid socks, cocaine in his fucking nose, like farting or whatever, like pissing, the whole nine. So yeah, in it, Bryan Cranston's like the head of the movie studio, and he just eats like way too many mushrooms at a big party, and like they weekend at Bernie's him. They're carrying him around, and for a guy who is like, you know, the actor of a generation, arguably, is like just goofing off in the scene. So, and Zoe Kravitz pissing her pants. And like, I mean, that was Dave Franco, like, so funny. It really takes a lot for me to laugh like that at a show. But those two, like, together could be like a little mini movie. You know what I mean? If there was just a movie where it was like a 24-hour period, you know, we got to get through this this presentation, like that. In totality, the studio was, I feel like they did a little too much of the chaos and anxiety. Like every episode was that way, but it definitely, you know, it's very unique, and it has like its own.
It's such a niche show that like obviously it was never going to be massive.
Yeah,
but it's so. Like,
I think
it's a show that's
though.
Like designed for us.
Yes,
like it is.
Yes, if you're
written
nerdy,
for
yes,
kind of people we are.
100%. If
I don't think we're the most common type of people.
No,
but it is. If you like that kind of shit,
it's good in the sense too, though, that it's just like it's also just like funny. Like it's not so artsy and like meta, and like, you know, it's also still like there's like a surface level that's just like entertaining, and then like if you go deep on the details, and you really appreciate it, it's good like that. Kraken is the best, most legitimate and effective way to buy, trade, swap, sell cryptocurrencies. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. Don't use sketchy platforms. Don't use these platforms that don't have any customer support. Use Kraken. Kraken you can trust because it lets you buy and sell and swap over 300 different cryptos without the lag, without crashes, or any sort of clownery. If you're buying crypto manually, get out of town. That's old school. You want recurring investments where you can automate everything so that you can stack sats without ever thinking about it. It's DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip and less when they spike, and you can link your bank account in just minutes. Set it and forget it, and your portfolio will grow. They also have Kraken Pay, which is instant crypto payments. No more I'll Venmo you later or I'll get you back. No excuses. If you're splitting a meal, you're covering a lost bet, you need to give money between friends, sending out funds, whatever it may be for your next big trip or adventure. You want the money to move instantly with zero fees and no banks. That's what Kraken Pay has. It allows you to move money between friends with no hassle. And right now, if you refer your friends to sign up for Kraken, you can get up to a $200 USDG referral bonus just for spreading the love. So quit waiting. Head over to kraken.com/Barstool. Start investing. Start referring and start making that money. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine, through Payward Interactive Inc. Did you watch The Last of Us?
I did. I thought it was fine.
I first of all,
I thought I know people didn't really like the flashback episode. I thought that was pretty good. Though the last episodes were fine.
Yeah, I think it's lost a little bit of steam. I'm surprised that it was only 7 episodes.
Yeah.
For a show that they're talking, like the showrunners were like, we need a whole other season. I think they confirmed it's going to be 4 seasons to like get through everything. Not that a couple extra episodes would make that big of a difference, but it's like if you're talking about how dense it is, why are you doing a 7-episode season?
Right.
It seems weird. I also get the feeling that the whole like they show it that Ellie like kind of loses her humanity a little bit, like she's really out for like blood and vengeance, and like you can kind of start to see Dina and them are a little bit like, cautious.
Yeah.
The game like really does that so much better.
Really?
You really watch her like devolve, and you see a couple things. You're like, that was not like, you're not like the hero there, and like that's tough to get behind. And I just feel like it was very rushed. That's why I think if they just did like 8 or 10 episodes, they could have done a little more of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like I felt like it went really quickly from like, it's her and Joel, and she's got to get revenge, to like, I'm just murdering people and I don't care, and like, but then Dina's also kind of like, yeah, no, it's fine, keep going. I don't know, I just didn't think it was all that well executed.
Yeah, that was I obviously didn't know the game's angle. I felt it, but it wasn't like a huge feeling. Like you could see
I think you
Dina
need like
pulling
a few
back
more
a
of
bit while
those.
she's like helping her back, and like you could see it, but it definitely wasn't. Like,
I think you need a
major
couple more episodes with a couple more storylines of you see her like, kind of being selfish and murderous and like fucked up, and you would have got it. Also, like them showing who's the guy from Westworld, the black guy, Isaac? What's that actor's name?
Jeffrey Wright.
Like, they're not showing enough of him. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
happening. Ellie gets kidnapped by the scars, almost gets hanged, and then they don't. And that was like a 30-second scene. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
They're
that's
just like
true.
wedging things in
were
there.
a
They're
lot.
like, what? You're not really. You can't be invested in Isaac because he's on screen for like 2 seconds, but he's important. I don't know. It just felt. And all of that could have been fixed probably by an 8th, 9th, and 10th episode, or at least an 8th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it felt like a strange spot to cut it short. But I think next season's going to be all Abby, because Abby hasn't been in it for like 3 episodes.
Right.
So now we're going to see her side of things, and hopefully it kind of all comes together. But it definitely, I really don't think it's Pedro Pascal's like absence. I think people are just writing it off as that, like he's gone and he ran the show. I don't think it's that. I think it contributes, but I think it more is like it kind of coincided. The rest of the story kind of went this way after he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if the story held up good, I don't think Pedro Pascal not being there would
But I
kill
think
the
the
show.
story's still good. Like
Yeah.
Like
yeah, maybe not the story's not the right word, but like the development, like the character development.
It has been. I would call it good. I wouldn't call it great anymore.
Right, and
It's
it
still a
had
good
its
show,
moments where it
but-
was like great. I feel like that's kind of where we're at. A lot of good shows with great episodes, but not like a full piece of work.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, kind of like that Mission Impossible. I would go see the second act of Mission Impossible 15 times.
The second act.
I
did
would
hear that
not go sit through the first.
I
part.
heard the first act is like the first hour is like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's not like atrocious. Again, same thing. It's like it's fine, but the second half is so incredibly good. It's hands down the best stunt in Mission Impossible history.
Really? Which one?
It's like an hour of Tom Cruise flying on the wing of a plane.
On the plane, yeah.
Just him like wrestling like.
But so that's I heard like that. That's crazy that's that late in the.
It's like the end.
Yeah.
And everything before that, I know I'm not a Mission Impossible fanboy. I really like it, but I'm not a fanboy. We got to be honest, guys. The Entity fucking sucks.
The Entity, what's that?
So bad. The Entity's just the villain in Mission Impossible in the last 2 movies, and it's just computers. like Philip Seymour Hoffman was the 3rd villain in this movie franchise, and it was unbelievable. Mission Impossible 3, probably my favorite one. By the end of it, it's just like computers are the enemy.
AI, bro.
It is. That's what I read articles about this morning.
Or AI?
AI. And I have a theory that is not going to come true, but it's a fun one. Because 2 things stuck out to me in these 2 articles. What if the AI doesn't kill humanity? Because that's what one of the articles was true blue, like, it's going to kill everybody.
Terminator, yeah.
It's the end of the world, yada, yada. The other article was just about a new AI company. But the first one was like, very like, it's going to cause, blah, 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 whatever. But 2 things stuck out. One, that this new AI company, it's called Tools for Humanity. All right? And what it does is it gives it proves you're human. And so you get a human code. It does a full body scan and an iris scan. And it's because with AI, I don't know, this company assumes we're all going to have to prove we're human soon. And they give you $50 in Bitcoin to let it scan you and take your information, yada yada. I guess I didn't know our irises are as unique as our fingerprints or more so.
Okay.
Yeah,
it makes sense. That's why Mission Impossible, you either got to use your thumb to open the door or an eyeball.
Yeah. But it wasn't allowed in America at first. This company, Tools for Humanity. So I think they started in Germany or something like that. But they've been around, and in South Korea, they've been there for like 2 years. And they have 55,000 signups, which to me sounds like none, like 0. And it's well below what they're hoping for. I know they're hoping for 1 million by the end of the year. They have 55,000 right now. Yeah. And so that stuck out there. Like even in South Korea, people are like, this is too fucking weird for me. Because I think Korea and
would embrace
those countries, Japan, China, tend to be pretty technology forward. So if even they're going, I don't know, 50, like that's, you're well beyond what you expect to have. And the other one was that this company studied argumentative comments on Reddit. Okay. And for every 1 real one, 6 were AI.
Wow.
So is it possible that instead of killing humanity, AI just kills the internet? Like, because I read that and I'm like, why the fuck would I ever argue with
anything?
Like, it's it's 6 times more likely that I'm arguing with nobody.
Yeah.
Than so wouldn't you just? And I kind of feel the same way when I cut on social media now, where it's like everyone's you can just tell AI art and everyone's just tweeting AI art, and I'm like, I see what you put in the prompt. You put in Jackie as an action figure. And I'm like, I don't know. I've seen it 50,000 times. I'm not really interested in it anymore.
I would say that the same for positive comments. There was something I followed an account that was like a tech conference reporting on it. So once you do that, you get everything.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like like these 10 AI tools are for you sort of thing. And I was going through all of them. And then I would click on one and like every reply was like, wow, this seems like a really effective tool. And the account was replying to those like, it is like DM for details. And the next one was like, wow, this is a really effective option. It was like the same word, just like, and it was all of them. And I was like, oh, this is fake. Positive, negative, or otherwise, it's all fake.
Isn't like there? I guess it just depends. Are more people more like me, or more people more like other people? Where like I don't know. Like to me, that does not appeal or interest me. At like if everything's fake, I'm like, why would I even spend my time on it?
I would think that most people are like you, but most people also are not going to like stand up for like they're just gonna.
But I'm not like standing up for anything. I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want. But like to me, I'm just like, why would I waste my time?
I'm saying
that.
I'm saying most people will probably still waste their time.
Yeah,
I think.
But like once you know, like it's 600% more likely that this is a robot I'm arguing with than a person.
I don't know if they would argue with it. So, but like, if let's say that 6-1 is negative and it's all fake, but now this person has like a negative reputation, let's say, I think more people will just go along with that.
Wait, hang on,
so let's say someone's getting canceled or some shit,
right?
And it's like because over fake comments, like these aren't real, you know what I mean? But it's like someone.
But I'm not saying like I'm not saying from big events. I'm just saying like I think of now that 6-1. I call it argumentative comments, but it was all the comments in the subreddit r/change my mind. So they went to a place where people are having discussions a lot and arguments a lot, and 6-1. Fake to real.
Okay, but so that's a good example. Like whatever the topic may be, I think there are people who are like would maybe acknowledge or know or be turned off by the fact that they're fake comments,
right?
But also would like not change their mind. You know what I mean?
But,
like,
why even like I'm saying
why would you
don't
go
even
to that?
go there anymore because it's just like that's all fake people.
Right.
Why do I even go?
I think
it's
I think it's almost going to get to the point though where you don't have to seek out like a subreddit. It's just going to be these are every Twitter reply. This is every comment.
This
everywhere.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the more you know it's all fake, the more you go. Well, I'm not going to waste my time there. Because I feel like.
But what if it's like you know what I mean?
But reality, you can just hang out here.
Yeah.
You can. You can just hang out with the people in the room.
I feel like the people on Reddit though. Like they post because they want responses. Like, sorry, this is kind of mean to the Redditors, whatever. But like, all they want is validation. All they want is attention. They go on it because most likely they're like lonelier people.
Yeah, you get your upvotes.
But once you know that they're all fake, you still get that feeling of like, oh, I'm with people. But once you know they're all fake, that it's very likely that it's all fake.
But
you
I don't
still
know
get
if
that
the
same
Redditors.
itch scratch.
I think if any demographic is gonna not care about that fake validation, it's going to be Reddit.
I think we're about. I mean,
but do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I totally get what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Once the world, if the world understands or accepts that most of it is fake, does it still scratch that itch? Do you still get that dopamine hit?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't know.
So my boy Gary Vee was on some panel, and he was like, your kids at some point will date a robot. Will be in a relationship with like a fake person. And obviously Gary's always like kind of saying provocative things, but that's for sure like on the table,
Well, that was another interesting thing that the one that was like both the articles were in Time. One was called like I mean I can tell it to you, but I don't know if anyone actually cares. One was called The Orb Will See You Now, and one was called The Open Letter on AI Doesn't Go Far Enough. And that one was the one that was very like it's over. Trouble. But the thing that was weird was that, so I guess we were in, it's like GP4 or something like that is like what the phase we're in. Mm-hmm. And we're supposed, that article is arguing, stop now. Do not go to GP5 because whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess 50 years ago when this was just like a fun idea, all the AI people at that time had like an agreement where it was like, once it asks for rights, we stop.
It meaning AI?
Yeah. And that's happened.
Yeah.
And the guy the author of the article he actually agrees with what's happening, where he's like, it's lying. AI is lying. It doesn't actually want rights. It just knows it's supposed to ask for them. So even he thinks that.
I'll tell you this right now. Nothing is stopping.
Right.
Like there's like for every one like tech billionaire who's like, this is getting dangerous, there's going to be 100 who's like, let's make that money. You know what I mean?
And that is an argument that, again, in this article, it's like the guys are like, look, if we stop, someone else is going to do it, so
we might as well control it or whatever, yeah.
But I
this
also
is where
think
somebody goes crazy, though. It's like, we have to blow up the world because none of you are going to stop or something like that,
But once something asks for rights, once you can officially, like you have an official request of rights, you're going to get them. The first generation will deny them. Like, if you look at civil rights, gay rights, trans rights, like the first...
We'll give these fucking robots their rights after.
The first people will deny them, and then the next generation will give them to you.
What does that even mean, though? Like, they have the right to what?
What?
No, it is true. Like, what does that mean?
Oh, for a computer?
Yeah.
I don't know. But, like, it'll get them.
Yeah, totally. and the reason I brought up like the artificial like girlfriend
and you should.
Or boyfriend
once you can officially request rights, you should get them.
It's like, does the real like what the reality of it is like? I think it would be batshit insane to have a robot girlfriend. Right?
Yes.
But
like, is that count? Like, do I count? Like, I talked to smarter child when I was a kid.
So that's what I mean. Like, is it like where I've heard people doing like chat GPT therapy now. Like, instead of paying for a doctor, they just kind of like chat with therapy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like you're having like a human interaction with artificial intelligence. But the person growing up with this now is like, I don't think it's weird to fuck that robot. We think it's batshit insane. But if you are like, I don't have to deal with like the drama and the headaches of a relationship and cheating and communication and all that. Like, I just have this thing and it makes me happy. Good to go. Whereas we would be like, that's fucking nuts because it's not real. But if that doesn't bother you,
right?
And it's probably going to be a whole generation of people it doesn't bother them.
But I don't have an answer. But just like once I know it's fake, I do not care. Yeah. And I just think most people will be like that. But maybe. But
also, like, this is a little bit of a stretch. But it's like, prior to this, I could have told you that like the hate from humans is like not real. Like, a lot of them are just saying whatever they want to get upvotes.
Right.
They don't really mean it, but you still like care. You know what I mean?
But it's a human.
Right, but if what they're saying is like disingenuous and they don't really even think it or feel it, and you're like, I know that you're just saying that to get upvotes on the Barstool comment section. In essence, you're basically being like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
It still affects you.
I guess like
that there is a big jump between like they're still human, but like you know what I mean?
Like video games, like I obviously didn't get too into video games, but when I was a kid, my friends would like simulate a full season. And I'd be like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, I never got that either. Like the Tommies of the world.
Yeah,
like,
and then, but
make up
some people like it. So
yeah.
I guess I don't know. I'm obviously just speculating and throwing ideas out there. But like,
can't
there
wait.
is a chance people are like, "Why would I go on this app where it's just all a fake
people?"
world?
Yeah.
But I also think like the way that at first everyone was like, "Oh, they're gonna come for the analyst jobs," and like all the honestly smart people are fucked, and like the dumb people are actually gonna come out on top. But then we kind of realized like. It is like they can simulate creativity because all creativity is just building like having ideas come together and then building on top of it. That's what AI is doing. So it's like now they're coming for creative jobs too, which just like makes me think like, okay, if they're starting to get creative and they're starting to like have more, I guess, personality than just like these robots that like they're robots and they're starting to like simulate human whatever. Like, I think that the lines are going to get blurred, like, right, like, down the line. Like, maybe, like, 10 years from now, it's, like, evolved to, like, somebody that's almost like human. Exactly. And we're so used to it that I could see, like, not in the next 10 years would anybody ever date, like, a robot. But if already now we're, like, they're creative, like...
Yeah, like, I think, like, creativity is a weird thing that, like, you would think would be, like, uniquely human. But it's, like... If a computer looks at it, that's just like, how can I make this captivating for like the human eye or ear? Like you could probably boil it down to a very X's and O's, or in this case, zeros and ones type of thing. You know what I mean?
You're like, I don't have to pay for this, like for dinner for this robot. Like I can just go
right.
out
That's what I mean. Like,
there's
no bullshit. There's no drama. There's no.
When you're saying dating a robot, do they mean like a physical robot
I think so,
will
yeah.
exist with an AI brain, kind of?
I think so. I think it's like, these like, right now we think of them as like sex robots, but eventually it's going to be like, it kind of like sits in the room with you and like keeps you company. And I definitely think that's weird, but I also could get down with it. Like, I think it would be crazy for like a young person, like get out there and like fuck normal people and date and get your heart broken and all that shit.
Yeah.
But if you were like a widower, you're alone, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to start dating again, but all of a sudden you can just have like companionship.
No, it's way safer than a robot who thinks.
Yeah, what
are we talking
honestly,
about?
that's what's gonna happen. Someone's getting raped by their fucking robot.
Yeah, you ladies think we're bad? Wait, imagine if we had
ultra strength?
Unimaginable strength, and we're so fast you could never get away. I mean, at least you guys got a puncher's chance versus us.
You think these robots would get like horny?
I don't know. Everyone's arguing they're just humans. Yeah, I imagine they get
Also,
horny and they get mean pretty fucking quick.
They don't have like, I don't know, like a reason to like the same reason to inseminate a female. Like, I think that you guys aren't safe either. Like, you guys
Oh,
are
no,
too.
we're-
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, us.
Yeah, it's like you guys are getting penetrated as well.
We're not
you know?
humans. None of us should really be that. Yeah, what is it? What does it mean to behave like a human?
Yo,
We're all
the
fucking animals.
AI robots start raping dudes. You're gonna see me like fucking Dennis Brown. I was like, "Hello, boys."
I mean, if you were to show up at your apartment today, you walk in, there's a sex robot there, and it's like, I can guarantee you, nobody's gonna know, no one's watching. I don't know, whatever. Would you fuck that robot?
0% chance.
No, really.
0% chance.
You if you walk home and there's I guess you're on the record that you don't like fleshlights. But there was a time where if you walked in and there was a fleshlight,
I tried it.
Yeah,
I didn't care for it.
So would you maybe give it a whirl with a robot?
Nah, robots way weirder.
What if you know you did the VR porn before, right?
No, I
No,
put them
you're
on,
good.
but I put them on, and there's been a naked woman there, but I did not jerked off with it on.
Yeah, I just remember like Adriana Chechik.
Welcome to the show, Oona.
I remember Adriana Chechik talking in my ear, being like, I was like, get this out. This is gonna be dangerous. I just feel like there's more people that would at least give it a whirl, and then that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there are. But again,
Slippery
my
slope.
main thing is I think the internet. I think there's because if you're just like, why would I read thousands of comments from people?
Yes, that is all true. But
Because like that's what you go on the internet for is like, if to interact with humanity, and if you just find out that fucking all of it's fake, what's the point?
you know why? You know what it is though? It's like going to the strip club. It's like it's not real, but a lot of people.
But all these arguments are still like it's a person. Like I'm touching a person.
Yes, but it's kind of like the progression of it all. It's like you go and you think you're getting this like interaction. Same thing if you like hire an escort or whatever. It's like this is all fake.
It is.
It is still a human. Okay,
But
I
like
get
that feels
But
good
that-
on my dick. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure, bro. I am sure that is the least of the problems when it comes to these robots. I'm sure they. Can
I
make your
mean
dick
the
feel-
strippers. I'm talking about like yeah, she's doesn't love me, but like I don't know, it feels good on my penis, and she's a person. Like
But, okay, but all of those things minus the person will probably be the robot too. It's like she's not real. She doesn't mean this, but it feels good on my penis.
I'm sure people are gonna fuck. Yeah, that I just meant like internet stuff. I'm sure people are gonna fuck robots. People are gonna fuck,
You fuck everything.
I
Like-
fucked the couch when I was a kid.
That's what
People
I
are
mean.
gonna fuck robots.
That's the other thing is it depends on like your stage in life. It's like once you're an adult, your sex drive is not what it once was. You're like a college kid. You walk in a room and there's a fucking robot with some holes. You're fucking it.
It was in like 5th grade. My buddy was like, "You ever fucked a couch with a Vaseline bag in it?"
like,
I was like,
talk to me about 6 hours when I go
boys,
home.
I gotta go home.
I feel like if you told girls like there was a vibrator that was AI and it knew exactly how to give you like the best orgasm,
Totally.
they would do it if it didn't have a face.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
if it has
almost-
a face, then it's like, oh, that's like trying to be a person. But if it just knows stuff and is like good and can like know you but doesn't say shit, or
I can
That's
see
always
that.
kind of been the sex toys in general. Like girls have, literally like fucking computers working on them. Whereas, guys, it's like, here's this rubber sleeve. So there, you guys are already, you'll probably fuck the robots before the guys do. You basically already are.
Yeah.
They're over there like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're fucking robots over here. I mean, it takes a little robot to get the fucking job done. Unlock that fucking mystery.
No, I actually think the jokes about men not being able to make women come. I was thinking about this the other day. You could make a graph of like choking went mainstream and jokes
Coming
about
went-
not
yeah.
being able to make women come went down. It's like, well, you guys didn't tell us your G-spot was in your throat, so I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Now I get it. Okay,
Yeah, we were the map. We were way off.
I was rubbing down here. I should have been up here.
No wonder. You're talking about finding the clit. It's several feet away on the other
Not my
end of
fault.
your body.
You suck at directions, okay? It's not that I couldn't make you come. You're bad at directions.
I've never. I mean, I've kind of gone along with that joke forever. I don't find it that hard.
No.
Right? I mean, I guess it's like anything
with
else.
a guy, it's like go up, go down. With a girl, it's like go in, go out. If you feel, I don't know, something will happen, dude.
Like maybe they've all been lying to me. I just don't really think so. I don't know. I feel like, but I don't know. That's another thing where I'm like the average fucking guy is probably struggling a lot. I don't think I'm.
you guys would be really surprised.
I guess so.
No,
really?
like seriously, like really surprised. I think.
It's really not that difficult.
Yeah, just ask ChatGPT.
Like all of the motions though are like pretty out there. You know what I mean?
There's really 2 motions: go up and down, go in and out. That's it.
The G-spot thing is understandable. When the joke of like you can't find the clit is crazy to me. That's like not being able to find the dick almost. It's like it's right fucking there, dude.
I think also like a lot of it like I think for girls they have to be in such like sometimes I'm like if my legs aren't straight then like it doesn't like I can't.
My legs aren't
My
straight.
legs are
And like I
straight.
think that we like to like put it on you guys but like
Oh no, it's
but
totally
like
your
it's hard
fault.
to have straight legs during sex. Like
Yeah, what does that mean? So you have to be on your back?
yeah,
Jackie's laying there with her legs completely locked. Like, hey, you just so you know, you suck at this.
Why am I not coming?
This is clearly your fault. Don't bend my knee.
How the fuck are you supposed to get in there? It's like literally talking to you. You gotta open your legs. Like, Jackie's like, nope.
But I don't know if that's like a like I know I've heard of it like from like girls a lot before, but like I don't know if it's a super common thing. But
The legs.
the legs.
Never heard that, but that's a good one
But
to know. Guys, if the problem is like there's in, out, up and down, like
Yeah,
John said,
maybe you
then
don't
there's
have small
bent and
legs. Maybe
straight.
it's just- yeah.
Straighten them out.
Anyways, but I don't know. What
I think
my
it's
point of it.
you
I feel like that
guys. You know, it takes 2 to tango, and it's like you gotta get yourself there too. You know what I mean? Like
You can lead a horse to water. Can't make it drink. Right?
I can lead a horse to water. I can't make that horse come. That horse has got to come on its own. You guys got to be in the right state of mind, and the legs have to be straight, and everything. You can't think about work.
Sometimes if I'm like bloated, I'm like I don't feel good about it. I can't. My
Yeah,
legs.
no,
Yeah,
it's-
it's a whole thing.
But
But also sometimes guys just suck.
yeah. But I think it's probably
Less
more
tweet, I forget.
the first stuff. Less tweet. I forget. Nice. The straight legs is that is a wild one.
Yeah, I would like to know. It's comment below if you're a girl and you
Yeah.
also have this.
I mean, there's really not many positions where
no,
your legs
exactly.
are straight.
That's
There's
why
like
it's like
one.
I'll just be like either I look like I'm like a paraplegic, and, like I'm like on bottom, I'm like
Because you
dead
can't
fishing,
be on
or
top,
like I'll
right?
just like
if your legs are
I
bent,
can't be on top. No. Well, no, that's not true. Like I can and I have, but like.
Congratulations, Jackie.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Just to be clear, I've been on top.
I can and I have and I will. Goddamn
Jackie's
it!
like, I've never fucked once in my life.
No, I'm saying I've like finished on top, whatever. But it's rare.
Because I feel like
And I
well,
gotta
that's
be
usually I feel like the generally speaking, like a girl can get on top and get it done,
Yeah.
but not if her legs are bent.
I never have during sex.
Ever.
And I'm not a virgin. Yep.
not a virgin.
And
I have feet like. Yeah.
it's crazy.
You mean from like
Anything.
Penetration.
From in the room with another person.
Oh,
never.
really?
Yep.
not even foreplay?
Nope. No, well, how would that happen?
Well, like
Coming during foreplay?
For a girl?
for like eating out or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, never.
I
Never
feel
in
like
the
that's
room
when
with
it
another
happens.
Person. It should be. I can imagine that it should be.
Yeah, I've like.
She was
really-
perplexed by the notion of even coming during foreplay.
Hang on, people eat pussy?
Like that's almost exclusively when it's gonna happen.
Except
When I think foreplay, I think like making out with clothes
Yeah, I
on.
know.
That is
Yeah.
like sex to me still.
Yeah, I think third base.
Yeah, me too. I start the clock as soon as pants start coming off.
I've been fucking for 45
The
minutes.
second you're like, you want to go to the bedroom? I'm like, yeah, stopwatch.
The car got in the garage. You know, the movie ended. We got the check at the restaurant. Sex started.
I thought you were saying too, like dry humping or whatever. And I was like, I don't know.
No, but I mean, I feel like it's mouths and hands and all that shit are where you're gonna get a lot better
But I don't even
results
like that.
than
I
just
also feel like that's when I'm more in my head. Like
Jackie
I don't
just
even
hit the
like I don't even like being eaten out because I'm just like I don't know. I'm more in my head too. Like, I
yeah.
would
So
just rather
this is
be-
all your guys' issue.
Yeah.
You're
I
in
mean,
your
I don't wanna
head
put it all on
about-
the girls also. The legs aren't straight. Yeah,
He's like, go down on me.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Girls are nuts, man. Jackpocket is America's #1 lottery app. The all-in lottery app available right now on your phone. Easily order tickets, get notifications for upcoming drawings, and any winnings, all from your phone on the Jackpocket app. Jackpocket allows you to order Powerball, Mega Millions, and even state games like Cash for Life, Pick 3, and Pick 4. If you're in a select 5 or 6 states, you can also get scratch-off tickets where you can scratch on your phone and get that instant gratification. Let's do a little check real quick on what the Jackpockets are. The Jackpots have not, we have not had one of those like fat boy billions.
I don't think there's got one over 200.
I was going to say it's been in the 100s for like a long time now. Right now, Mega Millions is at $173, Powerball's at $189, Classic Lotto's up to $3.2 million. The Pick 5 midday is for $50K. Let's just try to win $50K real quick.
Okay.
Oona, you want to pick the numbers?
Yeah, how many do I have to pick?
5 and a Powerball. Go.
3, 7, 8, 6, 5.
And the Mega Ball.
Just a number again?
Between 1 and 24.
23.
All right. If we don't win, you're fired. So there we go. Mega Millions. Easy peasy. Oona picked some numbers that probably aren't going to win. But whatever. You'll win if you try it. So download the Jackpocket app today. Download the app and figure out what state games are available wherever you live. And you can get $5 off your first lottery ticket when you use code KFC at checkout, only on Jackpocket. The Diddy Case. Diddy Case keeps moving on. The Kid Cudi taking the stand was interesting. Kid Cudi being the guy wrapped up in this. Maybe it's a chicken or the egg thing. Maybe he's a little bit like emotionally and mentally kind of whacked out because of all this.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah.
But he, it's not like he's just like a regular cat who's caught up in this. It's like the most emotional, right? He's had like depression issues, right? So the fact that he's the one involved in all this, and it's like poor guy's out here just like making music about like trying to find his way, and he's getting Molotov cocktails thrown through his fucking car. That is, I don't know how I thought Diddy blew up his car. I didn't think it was a Molotov cocktail. I don't know. I thought it was some mafia shit, like, with the ignition or something.
He had the KGB do it?
Yeah, some sort of Mission Impossible bomb. I didn't think it was like, I mean, when they say I'm picturing like a bottle of vodka with the fucking,
I think
right?
that's the only way to be a Molotov cocktail, yeah.
Like, that's a pretty old school, rudimentary way to blow up a fucking car.
I also, if I threw a Molotov cocktail, I'd argue that. I'd be like, I didn't blow it up. I lit it on fire.
It blew up.
And then it exploded,
right.
But I didn't blow it up.
You could charge me with like arson, but not, exploding.
Like, I threw a bottle of fucking Midnight Bean at a car. What happened afterwards is up to the fucking car.
Yeah, like if it was a safe enough car, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Even crazier than that, though, was him like going to his house and putting his dog in the bathroom and opening up all his presents. Like,
opening
just
presents.
Being there is
Opening
fucking
presents.
wacky.
If someone wants to terrorize me by opening my Christmas presents, that would be the greatest gift of all time.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. Just because the only good Christmas I've ever had was when I had E. coli, because I got to come home and open presents quietly and alone. And if I came home, I'm back at my parents' house and just my presents are ripped open. I'm like, fucking Diddy came
got
last
me.
night. Yeah.
Diddy did it. Diddy got me.
But then I don't have to do like I love this. I'm like, yeah, Diddy opened my presents for me.
He like I was thinking about my own, toxic history and past and things. Like there was a moment, obviously this is, they have had a lot of issues and they've all been intertwined in this love triangle with Cassie, Cudi and all that. But there was also a moment where it was like, Kid Cudi was like, I broke up with her because like I was fearing for my safety and her safety. And then Diddy said at one point, like, I'm sorry for all this bullshit. It's like, man, even these guys fucking moved on from all their shit. How am I still stuck in some of my toxic shit? You know what I mean?
Thinking that, like, as some people have been in bad relationships, and you just go like, at least I didn't fuck Diddy. Be a lot messier.
But I mean, they seemingly made a clean break at one point. I don't know.
His line when he told, I think that his assistant was on the stand today, and she said at one point Diddy walked into her room, said, "Get dressed. We're going to kill Kid Cudi." What I would give to have a sentence like that said to me one day.
It's one of those things that, like, if it wasn't true, it would be really fucking awesome. But the fact that it was true is what makes it awesome.
He was like, "Okay, put your clothes on.
Get in, pussy.
We're going to kill fucking man on the moon."
I mean, that I can't imagine right now what Cassie's like current current husband, I guess, or boyfriend is going through. That's tough. Tough to be like, you're about to have another baby, and it's like, so you were rubbing his cum on Diddy's
But
nipples.
he doesn't know any of that, right? Like, if he's a functioning human, if he's a normal human, I think normal, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know. You did what you did before me. Go handle your business, but I don't fucking need to be wrapped up in this.
Well, but I'm saying he knows it now.
But I'm saying I wouldn't. Why would I know it?
Well, you think he's just not on the internet at all right now?
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not looking at any of that shit.
Cassie's husband's going, 6 of those are fake. Those 6 comments are not real. I read 2 articles. The nipples thing, fake.
Right? Like, why would you read things that's gonna upset you?
I mean, I know what you mean, but like you have to remember you're the vast minority when it comes to these things. Like,
but like I mean, we've all dated people. If you're told, like, yeah, look, we've all dated people, and what you do before me is your own business. Who gives a shit? But if you're like, hey, you're dating John Feitelberg. If you go back and listen to podcasts, you can hear like all this fucking shit that's happened. You'd be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that.
But I think a lot of this has been like headline news that would probably be tough to avoid.
I don't think it would be. I think I don't really know much. I don't know about this cum thing, and I'm not even actively trying to avoid it.
It also has to be tough too, though, when it's like, Cassie is pregnant on the stand, going through hell. She comes home and you're like, so like, how was it, babe? And she's like, well, it's like, okay, never mind. That was a courtesy. How to go? I don't really need any.
It's not even like don't tell me. It's just like that information is not information I need.
Yeah, that's.
It's like what we used to talk about with like when Asa was on the show and we talk about like she would be talking about when she get older. I think she had a line once. I mean, she might have tweeted it. I know she said it where it was like, one day I'm going to be a grandma who's been gangbanged. And like we'd always bust her balls about like, your kids finding out about this and that. Like they're probably not going to. It's not going to be for 20 more years. No one's going to know who Asa Akira is.
I definitely had that thought. I used to be like, oh my God, my kids are going to like hear all these things I said. It's like they're not going to listen to a single one of my podcasts ever.
No.
They're who was it? I want to say it was like the rapper Nas, his son, was like, I've never heard Illmatic.
Yeah,
like,
why would you?
Like,
he's Nas's son. Nas is lame to him.
Right. But I'm saying that, like, yes, and I understand that. But also, if there was ever a kid that was going to consume their parents' work, it would be like, I'm assuming Nas's son likes hip hop, and by many, many metrics, like, that's the greatest album ever. If that kid is not even willing to go listen to a song off of that album, my kids ain't listening to my shitty podcast. Yeah. And if they are, we've got like serious problems.
Right.
Like that. If you're listening to like 2014 KFC Radio, like I've failed, you failed. We're all fucked.
We all like. I don't know if it's just people at Barstool or people in entertainment or whatever. Like we think our work is gonna live on forever. No one gives a shit.
It literally
look like
does.
Whatever you want to look like. Yeah. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. No one cares, man.
Have eyebrows, don't have eyebrows. Doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, it's a very fine line of that though. It's like. Because it does, it does literally live on forever. But it's like if a tree falls in the woods. It's
exactly what we're talking about the Taylor Swift thing. Like, there's so much. Why the fuck would anyone come listen to this?
But that, I mean,
or watch this or read this or like.
I know. But I've also been in situations where I'm like, people care about this, like a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, who am I? Why do you care? And they fucking did, and they do. So there are definitely times where I'm like, no one would ever like give a shit, and it's like they absolutely do.
Yeah.
So you can't like. There's no rhyme or reason to it, like. But I would sincerely hope that no one's listening to.
All graves go unvisited. No one's gonna fucking care. Yeah. Do whatever.
It's like Mike Tyson when he's like, "I'm just gonna be dead. Fuck a legacy, whatever, man." Do we have voicemails by any chance? Yeah. We should. We've been talking about doing that for a while.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even kidding.
You're not up there, but if I scroll, but don't worry, I won't. Unless you have
any.
Ken
Jack?
No, I'm saying I literally have sent one in since the last time you guys did them, but don't play it.
Should we play it?
Yeah. Find Oona's voicemail. Find Oona's voicemail.
What if it's one where it's so bad you guys are like, this is not.
Yeah.
Then you're fired.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she found it. Let's go. Yeah, no. This is like your hazing.
Yeah.
Are your parents like listeners or like?
They will be.
They will
Like, you should just block them. They follow you now, and they're like, Kevin told me of this porn star today.
Oh, fuck. Did I? Wait, I haven't been talking about porn recently, have
I
I?
was like woman. Fucks
Oh,
100 people,
yeah,
and I
well,
was like, Bonnie Blue.
what do you want me to do, man? The headlines are the headlines.
I
Fuck.
know.
We actually, before we do this, we got to put an end to this era. I mean, I guess I'm part of the problem by talking about it, but like, it's just an avenue right now. Just be like, I'm gonna fuck 500 guys and get money and get famous. They're all doing it. It's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, I've been on a, pretty much a lifelong, career-long crusade of no kink shaming and anything goes, whatever. I'm like, this is too much. This is getting a little fucking crazy where they're all just like, I'll fuck anywhere between 200 and 600 guys.
Dude, I remember coming up in the porn game, and I vividly remember being, I don't know, early 20s, and seeing a porn headline like Sasha Grey fucks like 19 guys, something like that, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I was thinking if you talk to like a young, like a teenage boy now, and you say gangbang to him, he probably thinks it means 500 people. That used to mean like 4, right? Like to me, it was like you have a threesome, and then anything beyond that is like, we used to debate that, right? Is that an orgy? Is that a gangbang? It's not 500. That was. I mean, there was probably what, like, wasn't like Debbie Does Dallas was like a thing like in the 70s.
I don't even know what.
But I bet you that number's like 30. Now you got regular fucking.
Let's find out. Actually,
no, I would guess that's 100. I would guess Debbie Does Dallas is 100 people.
1978 American porn film.
Boy, that is ahead of your time though. In 1978 to be doing like a.
Sold 50,000 copies. Plot.
Damn, that's like. For I know everyone makes a ton of money on like OnlyFans and stuff, but back in the day to have to move physical copies, you move 50 grand. That's pretty fucking impressive, if you ask me.
I can't. It doesn't really say like how many people. I don't even know what
the latest girl was
obviously.
like. We put out an ad. I expected 200 and we got like 580, and she just went with it. I was like,
I think this is just kind of porn. I think it's called Debbie Does Dallas, but I don't
just
know.
Like fucking guys in Dallas or something.
Yeah,
like
like the cast isn't. I think this was more about she's a Cowboys cheerleader.
That makes sense. So again, it wasn't even like a really like a thing. It wasn't even real. It was just like a plot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast. The cast can't be longer than like 15 people, but they're like some of them are women. So.
Bro, the latest clip I saw was Bonnie Blue. Like they said, like Bonnie Blue gives a pregame speech, and it was like all those guys in the masks, and she was like, I just want to have fun out there, guys. It was a coach. She was like, I just want this. She goes, I know. She goes, I put this out. This is how I make my money. But this is really all about you guys. I want you to have fun. And it was like...
do not touch my niece.
No. No, but crazy enough, it was the exact opposite. Like, it was... All of it's weird, don't get me wrong. But in the beginning, it was kind of like this, like, all right, I don't know. She's normal. She's saying, I want this to be like a good experience. And then she goes... At the end, she wraps up. She goes, so, like, do whatever you want. Like, spit on me, slap me, whatever. It's fine. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's just like, you just gave the green light to 500 guys to spit on... It's just... I don't know, man. Maybe it's I'm getting older, mature, whatever it is. But like, I wonder, are there like guys out there that like young guys that think that's cool, hot? Like, I feel like the general reaction I always see, and like when I do a video on it, is people are like, "This is bad. Like, we need to put an end to this. Don't talk about them. Don't give them attention."
Anyone who would do it would say that they would.
Well,
do it.
Yeah. Like, are there people like I've never actually even seen any of these videos?
I have not seen them, no.
Right? Like, you would think that, I don't know, by now we would have seen a clip or something. Like, you always see, like, the kind of the before and after. But are there people out there being like, all right, I got to go to Bonnie Blue's page and pay $19?
I think probably because most of the appeal of a 500-person gangbang is not the actual sex, because that's going to look horrifying.
Yeah.
It's probably like, do not show anyone this. It's like, the headline might grab perverts, but no matter who you are, once you get in here, this is going to look like a nightmare.
That's what I mean. Are there people who open it up and they're like, whoa. Like, or I feel like everyone's like, oh,
dude, I mean, like, ultimately, if you want to watch that video, what you're watching is 3 men have sex, 4 men maybe have sex with a woman
100 times,
and then 400 and whatever the math is jerking off.
Yeah,
like that's
what?
Not an image.
This was the one thing I thought was really. This was a different one. I think her name was Annie Knight.
496. 496 people jerking off. 4 people having sex.
This girl, her fluffer, no showed. I think that's a big deal. Trying to have a 500-person gangbang, you need your right-hand man.
Yeah.
And they just no-show you. It's like, now I just got to keep all these dicks hard by myself. This is pretty fucking intense.
I'll tell you what, the job at the literal dick sucking factory is a job I quit pretty quick.
Anyway, let's play Oona's voicemail.
Oh my god.
What kind of name? What is Oona? Your last name's like Irish, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Irish. My name's Oona Cotton McCon.
Is Oona an Irish
Yeah,
name?
sorry, I forgot. Yes.
Hey guys, I would just like to know what you would do in this situation and what you think of it that
This was
happened to me today. Basically, I was at the airport, and you know how sometimes at the airport in the TSA line when people's flights are boarding, they'll be like, can I pass you? Could I cut you in the line? And I think most people are like, yeah, that's fine. And I agree. I think you should just let them go by because sometimes shit happens. However, I was in the Starbucks line, past security, so everyone had already gone through, when this fat lady asked to cut everyone in the line because her flight was boarding in 10 minutes. I do not think you should be allowed, or not, whatever, you're free speech. You're allowed to ask whatever you want. I do not think people should be like, sure, go by me. Like, I don't think it should be socially acceptable to ask if you can cut people because you're hungry before your flight is boarding in 10 minutes. If you need to get food before your flight that badly, I think you have to get to the airport earlier, and if not, you have to shut up about it. And I'm being hypocritical right now because I did let her go, but it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I'm
To
with
be
you
like,
on that.
no, you can't. Like, it's not worth it, but I just don't think you should be asking that.
I think the getting to the flight is one thing. I'm sure some people abuse that and lie or whatever, but for the most part, you can just be like, yeah. But if you're cutting my food line.
Wait, she said that?
Yes. And the
I
line
also
by the
didn't
way,
hear
10
that part.
minutes
I
is
thought,
not-
The
I thought
line
you were just
was
assuming
so,
she wanted
no,
food.
No.
She
The
said,
line
but-
was so long that it like wrapped around those things 3 times, and she asked every single person. She had to cut the
One
whole
by
line.
one.
Yeah, and she cut. Everyone let her, and then everyone looked at each other like.
That's the
Everyone
other
let
thing
her.
is that like 99% of the world's just gonna let you, and it's like.
There's also a mobile app that
Yeah.
like the one thing that has.
And also, like if you have to get on your plane without your Starbucks, like you'll survive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's a bridge too far.
But I'm also, if you ask me, you can have it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if it is in my power to give it to you and you ask, you can have it.
I'm a big fan of the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't say that. I'm just I acknowledge that very much to be true. I never squeak. I just sit here in silence. But you should. Like I think at your when it's appropriate, you're the right age, you're the right experience, the right situation, like make noise, complain, get on the radar, all that shit. But there's a time and a place, and getting your Starbucks ahead of everyone ain't it. That's like, listen, you like I said, 99% of the world will say yes. You can cash in on that if you want, but that does not seem like a good time to use that chip. You know what I mean? Save that for when it really matters, not your fucking Starbucks to get
But
before
also,
your plane.
this is not about this specific situation. Airport lines aren't even a thing anymore. There's so many different airport lines now that every line
which
is
is
5
like
minutes
Clear
long.
and TSA, Global
There's
Entry.
Clear, priority boarding, TSA pre-check, Clear Plus, and there's one other one.
Oh, I gotta get that new ID by the
There-
way. How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm just traveling my passport these days.
Okay, passport.
Yeah, just bring your passport. But like, I travel a lot. Every time I go at LaGuardia, at least, it has on all the lines how long the wait is.
Yeah.
Every line, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Every single line. So there's no waits at airports anymore.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
I
rare.
literally I basically fly private now. Like,
You just walk in and go.
I walk in and I walk on the plane.
Yeah.
Because I just know for a fact it's not gonna take me more than 10 minutes to get through TSA.
I'm sure, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that shit. But like for the most part, everything else is pretty quick.
It's
even
so
when I
fucking
see
easy.
it, I'm like, oh wow, like that's more people than I thought. And snakes a couple times, it goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
I still can't get. I wherever I traveled last, the system really wasn't working. It was also like when you have to put your stuff, you have to put it in and then it goes over.
Yeah.
And like if all the stuff that's behind you is scooting through, and like I was trying to push mine through, and then the guy was yelling at me, and I was like, "It's not. No one's here to push it, and it's not gonna get in. It doesn't." So the system is still broken, but you're right. It's like, You really got to fuck it up to like be like, I'm gonna miss my flight.
Like there's 6 different lines. There's one main, but like it's again just LaGuardia where I fly out of most of the time. It's so insanely easy.
Yeah. No, it's pretty rare nowadays that it becomes an issue. Next up.
Hey gang, definitely shouldn't be doing this while driving, but I'm pissed off about it. It's kind of fresh, so I'm gonna do it anyways. I've been seeing an ungodly amount of turkeys these past couple weeks, and I didn't know there was an amount of turkeys that would shake my faith in the Lord until I saw like the 13th one. And now I fucking despise turkeys. I don't think there's a purpose for them outside of Thanksgiving. They have knives for feet. They are angry all the time. They roll in packs. It's like literally it's fucking gang behavior, and I don't condone it. So that being said, I would like to kick every turkey directly in the beak and know what animals you guys have personal vendettas against for no reason. Thank you.
I would say a turkey is the most unlikable animal.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, I think turkeys are very ugly. I think
They
they're
are
very
ugly.
nasty. They have bad temperament. I think they are. They don't serve much purpose other than to be eaten. They're like nasty chickens.
I never thought about it. The argument makes sense.
Wait, I feel like they're like prettier than
No.
90% of animals.
No.
You can't even give them pretty because guess what? Ducks trump that.
Ducks are beautiful.
Ducks
compared to
are
turkeys.
downright sexy.
Yeah. I'll even give pigeons.
Pigeons,
over-
beautiful. Oh,
with like that iridescent,
What?
like
any
That's
animal,
not-
any bird with that green on it.
turkeys with their like their
The green's good.
the neck and the
Dude, can you do me a favor?
bumps.
Can you just Google Central Park duck and see if it pops up? This is the hottest duck I've ever seen in my life.
Is it like a specific duck?
Yeah, like it's from years ago. I think it's dead now. This duck is hot.
Is it a mallard or is it a boy or a girl?
No, Mandarin.
Whoa, yeah.
This thing's fucking gorgeous.
But
This just happened to be a fancy duck that like lived in Central Park. This is
Yeah.
not a normal duck.
It's a Mandarin duck, which is a normal duck, but it's not normal to Central Park.
That's what I mean. It's
But
not
I
like
would
your
say
typical
that-
like green head, yellow beak duck.
Yeah,
right?
those are mallards.
Like that
I
one.
believe.
Yeah.
this is the same coloring as the turkey.
I've slit one's throat before.
That's not the. Did you really?
Yeah, well, I shot it first, but no, someone shot it first. I don't know. It was on the Sydney Wells trip. I didn't actually cut the throat, but I held it while someone did. Yeah,
Was it a slit or a chop?
slit. Because it kept like balls in its throat or something like that. I forget. It kept something in its throat that you had to get out in order to eat the duck, which we then did.
I can't believe you think turkeys are like hot.
I just feel like it's kind of peacocks. Different
No,
coloring.
like peacocks are pretty.
Look
turkeys.
Look at that. Like
Yeah,
maybe it's like the female in me that's like when something gets big, like
Yeah, that's like literally why peacocks do it. They're like, look at
exactly.
this.
Maybe it's like working on me.
But like that
know.
one right there, the second picture, that's like a turkey.
Yeah,
that's what they look like most of the time.
Their
and they
necks
are
look
just-
like ball sacks.
Yeah.
They're
They're like
I wouldn't call a turkey a sexy bird, but actually, it's not unsexy. That
it's a fat, droopy, ball sacky.
sexy, maybe not the right word. I can't really put a pin in what I want to call it, but it's
They're
regal.
disgusting.
It's regal.
Yeah.
Like
He's
a
like
king.
a fat king.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But like those guys are gross. Like it's like Robert Baratheon. Like he's swilling beer and he's got like syphilis and stuff.
And I feel like with the context, it's like out of context, like a bald eagle is just kind of another bird. Like maybe they're really big, but like with the context, we're like, whoa, bald eagles are insane. With the context of Thanksgiving, we're kind of like, we think of them as uglier because it's like they're weak. We eat them for a meal.
I think if a
Like-
turkey walked in here right now, you would be like, whoa. I was next to a peacock the other day at the zoo, and it was like, this guy is fucking suave. He's debonair. He's got game. Turkey would just be, balls and nose. And no. Fuck turkeys. And they really are nasty. They're not like a nice bird. They're like aggressive.
I think most geese are really mean too.
Yeah. But like ducks seem to be pretty chill.
Ducks are chill. I can't think of one that I don't fuck with most animals, so it's hard to think of one. I dislike more than most.
Snakes and spiders are tough.
Horses. Obviously, I see the use for horses, but horses terrify me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you afraid of horses?
I think honestly the answer is
John's got a horse phobia.
yeah. Like I don't follow.
Really?
I mean,
Did
like,
something happen?
I'm not like that. I forget who was the chief safety who like ran across the field. I wouldn't do anything crazy like that, but like I don't care for
Was
horses.
that Pollard? Was that who it was?
No, I don't think it was. Maybe.
Like if we were to go to like a ranch or something or a zoo, you saw a horse, you'd be like, I'm not going over there.
No, like I guess that's kind of the weirdness of it. I'd probably ride one.
Oh, then you're not that afraid.
But like I don't. So when I was a kid, I was kidnapped by a horse.
Here we go.
And
Now it's checking out.
it was my sister's birthday.
So he was driving the van. He offered me candy.
It was my sister's birthday. We went horseback riding when she was like 4, so I was like 6, and my horse just took off and just went sprinting, left the group. They couldn't keep up with me. I was just holding on. He went back to his stable, and I just sat there and got bit by horseflies. I couldn't get off him. I was too small. And the people hadn't caught up to me, so I was just sitting there, and his horseflies were like attacking me.
That'll do it. That will do it.
But I like that. That is not an active thought in my head, but I'm sure it probably affects something. But when I was in Portugal, we went to horse dressage, where it's like you kind of eat a meal and you watch these horses dance. It wasn't that fun. But beforehand, they like take you through the stables. And they pulled one out of the stable, and I was like, I'm back up a little bit. Like that was probably my first time being around a horse.
How old
since that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, something like that.
See, I think that's more normal. Then I think we should all have a healthy fear of gigantic animals.
Yeah,
that
like,
could,
it was
fuck
just
us
it's
up,
just this massive thing built of muscle that I was
There
like,
was,
it could, if that gets bit and it throws a kick, like I don't want to be anywhere fucking near that.
It might have been the rhinos. It was something when I was at the zoo the other day. And they were like, and it was a big animal, but it wasn't like an elephant. Like an elephant, you could tell me an elephant weighs like 1 million pounds. I'd be like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They said, and they were like, these range from like 6 feet to 7 feet and are anywhere between like 5,000 and 7,000 pounds. And I was like, it's the size of a fucking car, man. And it was like a big animal, but what?
Hippo?
It was maybe I think it was a bison. I think it was a buffalo or bison. I was like, holy fucking shit, man. And I think we need to have a little healthy respect and reverence and fear of those animals. Like these people who just go in there fucking around. That's how you get beat up by a chimp or kicked by a horse or whatever, Fucked up by a gorilla. What about you? What's your bird? What's your animal
Although
phobia?
speaking of, I saw Donnie and Roan talking about just traveling and stuff like that, and they were both talking about going to Japan and eating horse. I would eat horse. I wouldn't. I'm not like I gotta eat horse, but if I was at a restaurant that served horse, I would order it.
How do you think that you would eat it? Like a steak or like a burger?
So both of them, it was. I believe Donnie's had it both ways. Roan had it like it was served like tartare, and they both said incredible. They were both like it was unfortunately it was delicious.
I feel like everybody. I feel like everybody says that about like everything.
I've had kangaroo. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of stuff I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kangaroo was one.
I just feel like very often you hear like you ate alligator, it was delicious.
Oh,
like everybody always says that.
Had alligator, didn't really care for it. Rocky Mountain oysters, didn't really care for it.
I'm sure we've done this many times, but you would eat human, yes?
I would probably not. I think.
Human? No.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things like I just don't. I don't need to know.
Like to me, there's just way more bad than good.
If I was in a culture that ate human, and it was just being served, I would try it. But I don't have a desire to. But if I was like around, same thing. Like if I was at a place where that served horse, I'd be like, wow.
Right, but what if I just walked in here and I was like, I was just down in Chinatown and I just grabbed some human, like it's cooked and everything. You would say no.
Does the Donner Party mean anything to you guys?
The Dahmer
I mean,
party?
I know what
Donner
it is,
Party?
but it doesn't have any significance. Other than the fact
Are you
that
saying Dahmer?
Donner.
What's
But
that?
that's
Donner is like an Oregon Trail type thing that they all
Right.
eat each other.
and then they ate each other.
Yeah.
In a scenario like that, where KFC Radio game, we're hiking. Who gets eaten first?
Whoever dies first is probably gonna be
Yeah,
me.
I know. Assuming like.
I'm pretty sure I'm dying first.
I think it would probably be you.
Jackie?
I
Me?
think so.
You
Yeah.
think Jackie would die before me?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like,
not dying.
Jackie's probably dying before me because I am bashing her head in with a rock. Like, I'm not dying first.
I think of.
As soon as I think I'm about to die, I'm killing somebody else.
Oh, you are? You're not gonna sacrifice yourself?
No, I will sacrifice myself. I will be the hero. Write good things about me.
I don't know if it's because of like what like things are called that we do eat, but I always think of eating women first.
What? It's
Like-
like you're supposed to love the woman and the kids.
Survive, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't kill you, but if you died, I think of eating women as more palatable than eating men.
Totally. Like, put it this way. If we're doing this KFC radio thing and you and Pabs die at the same time, like, we're eating Jackie first.
Yeah, but I think that might be because of like chicken breast, and like my head goes to like
Eat
people.
those titties.
Yeah.
Like,
But I also, there's
that's,
something
like,
about, like, I'm
fat.
not eating
Like, I
my
don't
boys.
even-
I'm going to eat one of these bitches.
yeah.
It's like
But I don't think
rose over
think
hose.
that
Cannibal style.
it's the muscle. So you would want to eat a man first because you're not eating the fat.
Well,
You're
you
eating
want it to be a good little, like, you want it to be a little marbled, you know?
You want it to be marbled.
Like, I
So
feel
when
like,
you're eating chicken breast, it's more of like a chicken.
It's like
peck.
a man's peck. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, think about like
point-
steak is like, you want, like, when you have a fatty steak, you're like, but
Yeah,
like you,
yeah.
but you don't want it to be too lean because there's like the flavor in it. So you really do want like a little bit of both, you know?
Okay.
That's probably why eating like a thigh or a butt is like, because there is a lot of muscle there.
Mostly
but
muscle, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to get on the
Maybe I'm
same
wrong,
page.
maybe.
I think that we should vote Pavs first,
Oh.
and I feel like he's also not here for the
See,
vote.
that's
so,
also
like,
to me that was like a test where I'd be like, okay, we're killing her first.
Well, I don't know if you're being honest with me, but what I was just told, yeah, I think we would eat Pabs first if we're trying
Yeah.
to get something a little marbled, a little bit of fat, but not too much.
right.
Pabs
But
is our
but
guy.
I'm also
But-
like this girl who just campaigned to kill this guy and eat him. She's
But I'm not killing
No,
anyone.
but-
I'm just. I guess if we
We have to
are
kill
deciding
somebody in
here we're
this-
killing.
yeah.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, I'll kill Paz.
before Jackie.
but you can see, I'm kind of trying to be like,
bad killing Jackie.
yeah, you
Fucking
probably feel bad.
internalized misogyny bullshit.
Like I feel like killing Pavs. I feel like killing Pavs would be kind of like fucking badass, where it would be like.
I think I could kill Jackie before I could kill
But like
Pavs.
maybe if Pavs is here, you could tell me it would go down differently. I think Pavs would just be like, do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
we could just have like a nice bro. Like,
But that's what I mean.
do it.
That
I
would
gotta
make,
do it. Thank you, dude.
you're 100% right. That would make me not be able to do it.
yeah.
And Jackie would be in the back going, do it. And be like, let's kill her instead. Let's just turn on her and kill her.
Be like, yeah, it's a first in, first out
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Like,
And I
the
also
last
think
in,
like
first out.
when we get like rescued,
Yeah.
like we'd blame it all on Jackie. Like I don't know, she was the one who fucked up the plane, the boat, whatever. She's dead. We ate her. It's her fault.
I do fear I'm probably the weakest link of all of us. So like I could see a world in which that, but I also think like when we're in that situation, it's kind of like surviving Barstool. Like all you want is like a plan, somebody who's gonna make a plan. So like I think if we go in, with a plan, we're killing Pavs or eating him first. We're gonna stick to that plan. Let's just promise.
Well,
to stick
but much
to it.
like surviving Barstool, it's like, you know, all of a sudden Pavs gets in your ear like,
Pavs
don't do
also
that.
has more muscle mass than a dainty little girl. So it's like there's more to eat from him.
Yes,
no,
but,
that's a good.
and
That's the
but
sound
also I would argue that if you are this dainty little girl that you purport yourself to be, that
No, I
you're not
don't
much
think I'm
used
dainty
to
at
the party as we try to survive. You know, Pavs is going to be able to like build fires and chop
yeah.
wood and shit.
What would you contribute?
Jackie would be just complaining.
No, I could build a fire.
I don't think
You could you?
I don't think.
Yeah, like again, if we're thinking about this here, you're the one proposing this.
I'm pretty good. I'm
Because
pretty.
Pavs would be useful.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good with like wood
Okay.
and building stuff. Like during the pandemic, my parents would kind of like come to. They would like try and build something and be like, "Hey, can you figure this out?" And then I would figure it out.
What would you build?
We got a sauna.
You build a sauna?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I
yeah.
like with the help of my family, obviously, but I was kind of the one that like figured it out. There was like multiple
Like
umbrellas.
what? Like the
that
architect? Like what do you mean you
And
built
it,
the
like
sauna?
we bought a sauna, like pieces of a sauna, and then we built. It was just like a little makeshift
Yeah,
sauna.
no. Look, that would be super valuable in a Donner Party situation. Guys,
If we want a sauna,
I can,
like,
I can handle a sauna. That's perfect. We got to cook Pavs in something.
Exactly. Holocaust Pavs.
Imagine we slow cooked Pabs. We ended up starving to death. We're like, dude, the meat's gonna fall off the bone if you give it 2 more hours.
Do you think that you'd have to kill somebody and cook their whole body, or it could be like, Jackie? Well, maybe not. This is pretty rude for Jackie, but like, Jackie, we'll chop off your leg.
Yeah, I know. Well, at that point, just kill me.
Yeah.
If I have to sacrifice a leg, just kill me.
All right. Jackie's dead then.
Okay.
Jackie's dead.
Yeah. You ever seen Seven?
No.
In Seven, Kevin Spacey kills people.
Go watch 7 tonight.
It's awesome. It's it's honestly one of my top 3 favorite movies. But he kills people based on a Bible, and there's a woman who is vain, and he basically he cuts off her nose, and then glues to her hand a phone to call 911 or pills to kill herself, and she chooses to kill herself
Because she has no nose, like, because she's ugly.
Yeah, well, I'd be like, oh my god, also, it was a waste of $30,000, like, for the nose job.
I think like Jackie just be like,
It's a financial decision.
I will never recover from this financially.
I would like to. I wish we could like prove this somehow. We need to like talk to like a survival expert and be like, so who here would be the most
Who
useless?
would be the most?
Yeah.
Oh, the most useless or the best? The best
I think
meal?
Feitelberg is definitively the most like effective person.
Which is
Probably Pabs.
real bad for this room because I would not be effective at all.
You know you need like a brains of the operation. You need like Krang.
Yeah.
You know, like just put somebody's brain in that body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
I
can
can
do all the
You
work.
said, I don't know how to do it.
Exactly. So Jackie tells you how to build a sauna, you build it. Like you could chop down the wood and fucking slit the throats of the turkeys and all that shit, you know. But you wouldn't do any of it until someone said, like, here, point you in the right direction.
This is what I did.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with my apartment right now. I'm trying. I'm like,
Yeah.
because we've been using it for mascots, and like, so it's like literally I've been living on a movie set for like 3 months now.
Yeah.
Like
we should have filmed that. Like that's like a series in and of itself,
dude,
right
like,
there.
big lights set up, like,
Yeah.
and because I don't have blinds. The people across the street from me absolutely think I've been filming porns.
You're doing one of these 500-person gangbangs,
Like it's
no doubt.
If you're looking into my apartment, it looks like a massive production. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of boxes, a lot of shit. But now that we're starting to clear that out, I'm gonna actually make an attempt to create a home for myself. Like
Took you long enough. Took about 35 years.
and so I was talking to a designer, and she's like, "Do you like this? Do you like that?" And I was like, "I don't just fucking do it. Please.
Yeah.
I don't have. I can't help you. I don't know how to do this. So I guess you tell me what you would like, and I'll do it.
will go do it.
But I don't have a thought on this.
Also, he'd be easy to kill. Like you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like if it ever really came down to it, it would be like Feitelberg would be like, you know, playing with like the daisies. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I would be
wouldn't-
hard to kill, but unless you told me you have to die.
I don't feel like you
I-
have good reflexes.
I have
Like,
unbelievable reflexes. I catch everything, Jackie.
I think we could just hit you over the head with a rock and kill
Yeah.
you.
I don't think so. If you guys were like, if you 3 were coming at me, like we're gonna kill you.
No,
I don't think you could. If you
No.
were like, dude, we have something to live for. You don't even like this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, do it.
I that's definitely true. I also think we could just like while you're like snoring like a bear, kill you. You know?
Unfortunately, Kevin, since you have kids, that gives you
Big
that,
leg
like,
up.
Big leg
Big
up.
leg up.
I mean, I'd be the worst in this. I'd be the most useless, but like the hardest to just like sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, he doesn't bring anything to the table, but he's got those kids.
And
I'd be like, I don't bring anything to the table, but I got those kids.
yeah. But you also, I don't know. Do you have life insurance? I'd be like, this is.
Yeah, there's a big payout for the kids. Yeah.
Like, guys, let's do it for Shay and Geek. They are gonna get so many toys.
I also would like to say, like, hunter gathering wise, like I would probably gather the berries.
Well, you definitely wouldn't hunt. You would gather.
I would gather, and like I don't know if you guys would want that job. Like I'll do the stuff that you don't.
You're
don't
just saying that
want
because
to
you're a
do.
woman. A woman, as you would say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what I can provide, and like maybe I'll get the berries together.
I'll get the berries. By the way, we'll wrap up on this. The 3 of us are just bullying Pavs right now. Just pushing them around the group chat. I don't know exactly. You started or she started it?
I started it.
You started. So you just sent like an awkward photo of Pavs.
I was looking for a picture in my photo album to show my mom, and as you're scrolling back, I just saw that picture and thought it was funny. So I just sent it to the group. And I was like, I'll just put out a vibe, see what happens.
And it's been
we
a great
caught a
response.
good vibe. We just spent a whole weekend sending dumb pictures of Pabs.
Every like 12 hours, one person pops in.
I was like being like, I'm not gonna reply right now, but I'll reply after dinner.
Yes,
Something like that.
yes.
I have so much.
Oh, I was gonna say I had 48 pictures. You know, like when you like
Let's send another one.
you
We
can
haven't
like
sent
click
one in a while.
someone's face. I have 48 pictures of Pabs. I can all but assure you, none of them were taken because he looks good. You know what I mean? I'm not like I'm like, ooh, Pabs looks handsome today. Let me get a good shot of him.
I found some good ones of like from the SUNY Brockport. This is a good one. I'll send that one to you. So Pabs. So the three of us have just been sending like awkward photos of Pabs, and he just keeps writing like, "The fuck is going on?"
Yeah, he's so confused. Like, it's pretty clear what's going on. We're fucking with you.
We're
Dude.
bullying you. Yeah. We're
It's like,
messing
what is
with-
happening? We're making fun of you for dumb pictures. That's what's happening. It's not any deeper than that, dude.
If anything, it's just making you stupider, and we're gonna keep doing this. All right, 2 truths and a lie, Oona edition.
Okay, I've never had a Coca-Cola.
That has to be the lie.
I have
That's true.
1 kidney, and I have 4 tattoos.
This is a good 2 truths and a lie.
I'm gonna say the tats are in, real.
Tats are in.
She's got tats,
Tats are in.
but that leaves one is fucking a pretty big one.
I think it's gonna be.
I think making up the lie that you've never had a Coke is crazy town. That seems like something that's like so bizarre to even make up. But giving up a kidney is. I feel like she would have like said that in a voicemail at some point or something. Like, which organ would you guys give up or some shit like that?
You that was a good argument. You sold me, but her reaction sold me as well. So that's the fake one.
The kidney's fake.
Yeah.
You've never had a Coke?
Nope.
But dude,
I
that's
don't like soda.
that. That's like
even
Gaz.
less.
Gaz has never had a pretzel. Gaz has never had a bagel.
Bagel. Yeah. You never like even had sip?
No. I've tried a Diet Coke and I didn't like it.
You got to try a real Coke.
I don't like any soda though.
Well, then you're probably not gonna like it.
Yeah.
But the Diet, at least Diet has a weird diety taste that you might not like.
But everyone loves that one the most. This was like a month ago also. I was like, fine, I'll try the Diet Coke that everyone
What
loves.
did you drink like as a kid? Juice?
Water.
Water? You're a water baby? My kids drink
yeah.
nothing but water.
I don't understand why you would like drink alcohol or drink water.
I
Like,
love
drink-
it. I mean, like I'm not like forcing anything else on them.
I have
I'm like, drink
juice.
water.
An orange juice.
Yeah, we don't. They don't do any of that shit. But I'm like, it's kind of like, you want a treat? Like we're going to the movies. You want like soda? Nope, water. Do you want like chocolate milk? Nope, water.
Dude, I like never cared about that stuff, and I still don't like care about my sugar intake or anything like that. But when you look at what a soda has,
I know.
you're like, what the?
Well, but that's
fuck? How do you even fit all that sugar in here?
That's what's crazy though is when like so I drink Coke Zero now because of that, and it's like whatever you do to make it taste like this but not have all that sugar has got to be worse than the sugar because that's
Dude,
fucking.
I'm purely
magic.
a sugar addict. Like I am 100% addicted to sugar, and I look at those and I'm like, that's a little much for me.
But would you drink like lemonade and like iced tea?
I wasn't even like a water.
So you're not about that
baby.
sugar life, bro. You say you are, but you're not about that sugar life.
Honestly, I saw a breakdown of like what America eats, like each state, like sugar intake, like on a daily basis, and I was like, oh, I'm less
Bigger than all of them.
I'm less than the best state. Like I think Massachusetts was the lowest with like.
You're saying you eat more sugar than everyone?
Eat less.
Less sugar.
I eat
And
less
you're-
than what's a good state.
That's crazy.
And I eat a shitload of sugar.
Right.
Like I eat I forget exactly what it was. I want to say like the average American has like 40 grams of added sugar a day or something like that. And I was looking at a bag of Sour Patch Kids and I was like, oh,
in one serving of this bag, I have that. Right?
But no, like all that, like what I eat, I was like, I'm still not even getting there.
Really?
Like that's great. And I guess it's because everyone's drinking it, not eating it.
Yeah.
But I was floored because I just assume I have diabetes, and
Yeah.
it turns out I'm like, oh, I'm as healthy as Massachusetts, which is technically the healthiest state.
Do you know what I've been doing recently? This is maybe my most white trash of white trash. I don't know how this happened. I was planning on not even like saying this. I have been drinking orange soda. That is trailer park, bro.
2 liters?
No.
Okay.
But you know what? The only thing better than that is when I used to drink, like prior to this weird kick, I used to get it in 3 liters. I feel like orange soda was always in a 3 liter.
I didn't even know they came in those.
So top is like this big. It's fucking huge. I don't know how it happened. I saw it like at a store or whatever. I grabbed it, drank it. I was like, this is delicious. This is underrated. But I've always just had like a one-off. Like I'm at a pizza place. It's in the fucking case. I grab one. But I bought like a 12-pack at the grocery store the other day, and I was like, this is despicable. But fucking love it. Little Sunkiss, little
and it's
orange
not even
crush.
for your kids. It's real.
For me. They're drinking water. They're like, why do you drink that shit? I'm like, shut up. Orange soda is bubbly, but it doesn't have like too much bite. It's delicious, bro. It's fucking delicious. It's underrated. I'm going to make you drink a soda and maybe give up a kidney.
Last thing, how did we do?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah,
your
you.
first. How does this compare to what you thought it was?
I spaced out because I just thought I was listening to it.
I guess that's a good thing.
times.
It's a good sign. I feel like we threw you, a little trial by fire, or what's it called? Baptism by fire. Just
Yeah.
right into the gangbang talk and all that. So you'll get that. We'll rip that bandit off with your parents pretty quick.
Yeah. No, you're blocking them from your story.
Okay.
today.
What's their name?
I'll text it to
Yeah.
you. It's fine, but
I will have to do that. I think I did that for Jackie, right? Or no? Did you? No, your parents still follow
me.
Right, that's right. Your parents still see all this shit, but not Yo-Yo. All right, so that's it. We got Oona and Steve for the summer intern season here. If you have any questions for them, any ideas for the group, as we have this extra team members. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Mets. That's it. Anything else? All
Let's go Knicks. Let's go Mets.
All right, so we'll have an episode out tomorrow. It's a little awkward schedule, but Wednesday, Thursday, back-to-back episodes of KFC Radio. So we will see you on Thursday.